Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. It's always a little bit awkward when I'm recording this game for the reason that when I go live, I basically have to have an expectation that I'll have rooms to join and hunt in. But that's never a guarantee when you're playing this game, unless you're really looking to make sure that there are actually rooms to join, and the reason why is because there's basically no one playing the damn game. But I believe I've joined a room with a quest in progress. I'm taking slot 2. I'm a little bit worried that the person disconnected during the quest and will want to get back into the room. It would be a little bit unfortunate if that were the case. My hope is that he's not coming back, because I don't really feel good about taking someone's spot, you know, but maybe that's not what's happening. Maybe the person's permanently gone. I'm hoping that that's the case anyway. Not just for them, but also for me. Oh, here we go. Someone asked me a question. I'm just seeing this now. I was not planning on talking about this, but someone asked me the following question on my latest Doomlink's Live Hunts recording. Is there a video where you talk about what you think is wrong with the other Monster Hunter that exists on other consoles? In quotes. I couldn't find one, and I would like to get to know what your point is. I've got no idea if this person is going to watch me live. This comment was put on my most recent video about 11 minutes ago. I suppose I never have made an actual comprehensive video discussing my opinions on Whirl. I've had a few visceral outbursts, some of which are rather entertaining, I wouldn't doubt, but I don't really have any videos like that. I'll probably do a written response to that comment, but I'm live currently, so I won't do it right now. But yeah, it's one of those things, you know. But, my opinions are usually pretty consistent. Oh, damn it. It's not really what I wanted to do. So basically I have, well, I'll talk about it in a minute, but my description isn't quite how I wanted it to be. Let me just try to fix it, because there's a section to my description that I want to be low enough to make it so that a person reading the description has to press show more info in order to see it. I don't really want it to be visible otherwise, so I'm going to save that. I have the time to just relax and do this for the reason that these guys are indeed on a quest, fortunately. Oftentimes when I'm coming into this game, it's all quite stressful, and I'm like, oh my god, let's get ready for people as soon as possible. Well, it seems that I've got some time for once, which is good. Now, let's see if that's looking a little better. Do I have to hit show more information to see this now? If not, then I guess it'll just have to be there, visible, in the description. It's still there. Oh well, there you go. For those of you who, well, I suppose I might, just because I'm feeling nice, I might actually link my live stream in my Discord. I don't make a habit of it, because it's an extra step. I mean, there are ways to automate it, I will admit, but generally speaking, I would rather not have to do it every time, because I already indicate when I'm going live, so through an announcement system on my server, so. But anyway, I've linked the live stream, at any rate. Can you go away, you damn thing? Frickin' laptop. Alright, looks like we're all in. Good to see. How are you going, everyone? Yeah, what a reasonable hour to stream. You're quite right about that. The lighting's being weird. You know, just when I was thinking that the lighting would be consistent, of course, how do I say? The universe likes to prove me wrong. But, anyway. Allow me to fix that. I was having a nightmare with this in my last recording, but we'll try to fix that. Hi Elias, I'm glad that you made it as well. Alright. Uh-oh, that's bad news. Well, you see, the sun was being fairly good to me until I went live. Now that I'm live, it's causing issues. These people are talking. I'm sort of in the way of the chat. But, anyway. Yeah, well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about briefly was the fact that I now have a donation system set up. It took a few days because, again, I needed to link my... well, not again, I mentioned it in Discord, but never on camera, but basically I had to create a new PayPal account that would be specific to Doomlink, and that has been taken care of. I linked my bank account to all that, and that's all done. So, it's not that early, geez, it's like 9 in the morning. I sometimes go live as early as 8 in the morning, so really depends on the day. But, yeah. Seems like, while the lighting's not amazing, it's, you know, under control for the moment, so... I don't know how long these people are going to be on the quest, but anyway, oh, they're coming back now because I can hear the Wii U loading. When the Wii U starts loading, it means people are entering the room that you're in. That means they're either returning from the quest or entering the room from the prep area, so... there are no surprises in that regard, which is good. Now, here's hoping they're not going to say, someone wants to come back in, leave now, Lord Zor. I mean, maybe they've just kicked me, but, either way, you can find the donation in the description. What I was saying at the beginning of the recording, as far as me wanting to have part of the description visible only when you hit show more information, that was referring to the donate link. In an ideal world, I wouldn't have the donation link visible just in the description as soon as you read it, as if that were the most important thing. I make videos as a hobby, so me making money from doing it is certainly not what it's about. But, because people have talked about giving me donations, I do want to be able to receive them, because people would like to do that, and of course I'm very appreciative of that, so... this is, me just making a PayPal to facilitate those donations, so yeah, but as well as that, I didn't want it to be super visible. Looks like we're doing a Goldbeard Cedeus, which is awesome, actually, because I haven't done Goldbeard in quite some time, and this is one of those monsters that is ideal to fight when playing this game, for the reason that you don't find this monster in any of the other games. Goldbeard Cedeus, specifically, does not exist in any other game. Cedeus the monster does exist in Tribe, but no other game. But this is a subspecies unique to 3 Ultimate, which is always fun. Now, I might actually go Lance. In terms of his weakness, I think it's Dragon, although I can't really remember, so what I'll do is I'll equip Altios Gloralis, and then I will double check the weakness of Goldbeard Cedeus. I can't remember if it's Thunder or Dragon, it's one of the two, from memory. Where is Cedeus armor? Here we go. It is Dragon by the looks of it. Looks like I've made a good decision. Well, this was the default decision. I already had this equipped to my... oh, looks like the sunlight's coming back a little bit. But, yeah, this was the default weapon equipped to my armor set. Alrighty. Oh, the sun is well and truly returning, hallelujah. And now I'm shockingly illuminated. Well, here, hopefully I don't have to play the same game I was doing in my Breath of the Wild recording, where I was constantly having to get up and change my room light, but let's all cross our fingers, everyone. Okay, so do forgive me while I eat, teammates. I understand that you may not have the patience to wait. I'm a little frightened these days that people will depart without me. It's sort of a, I guess you could call it PTSD sort of thing. But I'm probably, well, I actually don't know. I'm the second highest hunter rank in the room, so here's hoping that they don't depart without me. I don't know, I'm hunter rank 370 something in this game. But, anyway, I need to pause my stream playback, it's pissing me off. Go away. Thank you. It's always good to, I mean, it's good to look at your stream playback, but I don't like it running because it's distracting in my peripheral vision. It's good to have the page open for the reason that if you want to check to make sure everything's going well, you can check it at any time, but I just don't want it running. So this is Cedeus. This is the, well, not literally this version of Cedeus, but Cedeus the monster, this being a subspecies, was the final offline boss of Monster Hunter Tri. The story of it was that Moga Village was suffering earthquakes, massive earthquakes. Initially, Moga Village thought that it was, well, the doings of Lagiacrus. Why is the game so frickin' loud? Gonna have to lower the volume of that. I'll do it now. Strangely, it's just louder than all the other games I play, apparently. But, yeah, okay, let's finish along the lines of what I was talking about before I talk about lands underwater, because that was a different topic of conversation I was about to get into. Basically, the laggy was not actually the cause of the earthquakes. It was, in fact, the Sea Deus. All the laggy was doing was causing problems for the fishing fleets, because, you know, they were being assaulted or whatever. Oh, I see, they were already... I'm not paying attention to what's going on in the fight, obviously. We're heading up to the Dragon Eater. I'm glad they're paying attention. I'm too busy monologuing. But yes, we go and get some weird ancient mask that can fit Cha-Cha so that he can swim underwater and breathe just fine. And then we fight Sea Deus, who is basically a blue, silvery version of what we're fighting right now. This is the subspecies Goldbeard Sea Deus. He is the final urgent into high rank, no, excuse me, G rank. So this is the first G rank monster you fight, although he is very low level G rank. I would say he is comparable to... Ugh. It's kind of disgusting that I'm making this comparison, but he's comparable to Zora Magdaros in the sense that his armor set initially isn't very strong because it's the first thing you get into G rank, but you will find a lot of people in G rank using his armor set just for the skills, and the skills are quite good. But anyway. By the way, Michelle Zander, I did actually see the comment that you wrote just about 15 minutes ago about my opinions on the world, and I'll get to that in just a moment. I'm not going to go in depth about it, but I did mention it at the start of this recording, and I would like to address it to some degree. But in terms of Gunlance and Lance, I am not much of a Lance or Gunlance user. I wouldn't say that I have a preference for Lance over Gunlance, depending on which one I prefer, or rather, if I were to compare the two of them and decide which one I would prefer, it would depend on the day. Okay, we shouldn't be getting hit by this, that's off target. It's like Set was the one being aimed at. Is it that 2 horns? Yeah, that's 2 horns, alright. Let's go get the other one, while I'm remembering. It's always important to do that. It's a double carve, and I think the body is something like 6 carves, so it is always important to get these horns while you can. But the reason why I'm not much of a Lance person is because of the limited mobility. Now, the Lance is... There's something about it. Because you have the Lance charge, there is more mobility in a sense. As well as that, you have the ability to shield fairly comfortably during combos and in combat in general. And the reason why is because you have counters available. Whereas with the Gunlance, there isn't as much freedom to sheathe, or shield I should say, but also sheathing. Sheathing is very slow with the Gunlance. And it feels like a very slow weapon time. One particular community that well, a friend of mine actually, and his friends, would refer to the Gunlance as playing Monster Hunter while in a wheelchair. It really does feel that way, because your ability to move is so terribly hampered that it's just not comfortable. It requires a certain type of hunter with a certain kind of preference to enjoy Gunlance. Now, I wouldn't say that I dislike Gunlance, but it wears on me over time. I can only use Gunlance for maybe 2 hunts out of 10, something like that. Any more than 2 hunts out of 10 and I'm getting pissed off. I remember in Generations Ultimate, which was when I most recently used the Gunlance with the intention of increasing my weapon usages in the guild card, I was using Gunlance maybe 50 quests in a row, something like that, something stupid like that, and I was so utterly fatigued. I hated my life. It was just the worst experience ever. And, yeah, Gunlance not really for me, but I will use it occasionally. It is pretty damaging. It's, when used effectively, a very good weapon for dealing with monsters, but everyone has their preferences, and Wow, that was a quick hunt. Wish I could have demonstrated that a little better, but it is technically a high rank hunt, but also technically a G rank hunt. You know, it's a bit on the edge of both. But no, I'm not going to rant much about World. I just wanted to address the question. I'll read the question out again. I read it at the beginning of the live stream for the reason that I actually received a notification for it when I got live, or went live on my laptop. The question was... That's not the right tab, Doomlink. One moment. Oh, I need to keep carving, that's right. Alright, so... Question was, this was from Michelle Zander, is there a video where you talk about what you think is wrong with the other Monster Hunter that exists on other consoles? In quotations. I couldn't find one, and I would like to get to know what your point is. My response to that, initially at the beginning of this recording, was I don't have any comprehensive videos discussing how I feel about World, but I do have a few visceral outbursts that probably cause for great entertainment at this point. I haven't really... What I mean by me not having made a comprehensive video about my opinions, my meaning is that I haven't compiled all of my opinions into one concise argument. All of my opinions have been scattered across many videos across, I suppose, a 2-year time period. So there's no specific video that I could link to you about my opinion. I don't want to get deeply into the point, but to summarize it, I suppose I would say that traditional Monster Hunter is more complex in a way that I appreciate. Now, some will argue that World is more complex in certain regards, but the only way in which World is more complex is in weapon design. Now, weapon design is very important and integral to Monster Hunter as a game series, but there is a lot more involved than just how weapons work. Namely, the way monsters fight, the way armor skills work. I don't like the way armor skills work at all. Things like mantles, I mean, what a gimmick, right? And just, there are a lot of things about World that don't sit with me as a Monster Hunter game. It changes too many fundamental aspects of what made Monster Hunter special originally. That's not to say that it became more generic, it's just to say that it became more westernized. And a very Japanese game series becoming more westernized, in other words, more simplified. It's a streamlined version of Monster Hunter. I don't really know what else needs to be said beyond that. Really, that would have been the best way to nutshell it. A streamlined version of something that is, by design, complicated and difficult to get into for new players is a great way to just totally... It's like cutting the balls off the whole series. It really is what it comes down to. And the way in which they... it's like they cut off the balls and decorate it, you know, so you don't notice the balls have been cut off. To, I suppose, extrapolate from that, the game looks beautiful, okay? It looks smooth, it runs amazingly, it looks amazing, hallelujah. Okay, but the balls have been cut off, alright? Now, without the balls, it can't come, alright? So... and it's the ejaculation that I'm looking for, that's the point. Doesn't matter how pretty it looks now, with all the decoration you've done after the castration. It's the ejaculation I'm looking for, and the ejaculation's not there. I would like to apologize for my crude analogy, but that's the way it is, in my mind. Now, obviously, what I've just said is lacking a huge amount of explanation, and a huge amount of justification for the way I feel, but it's I could spend 2, 3, 4 hours talking about it, really. And that's not hyperbole, I could very easily do that. But I don't want to do that. And I'm playing 3 Ultimate, so World is not much of a topic. I wanted to address that, at least a little bit, but... yeah, it's not something I really want to talk about. So, I might go Longsword. That's another weapon that I don't mind using too much underwater. You go Honed Blade. I've also got an Elatrion weapon equipped for this set, which is fine. I need 2 more fur, says Set. Well, I'm sorry for causing you to wait for me to get ready. Hope you can forgive me for that. But these guys are reasonably patient, as I can tell. But, yeah, anyway. They just typed something, but I sat down right in that moment. Just go with that. What did they say? Okay says... LMP... I don't even know if that's an L or an I or a 1 or a what. I understand nothing. Okay, how's my inventory looking? Fairly good. Let's go. That's alright, Michelle. But, I'm more or less at peace with world. I'm not at peace with the community. The community I've got no interest in these days. I am my own community, and those who enjoy watching me play the older games are the sorts of people that I can connect with, you know. But I can't connect with people when it comes to the series as of the year 2020, or even as of the year 2019, for the reason that the newest game was World, and that was the game that everyone was playing, and that was the game that everyone adored, beyond reason, and I was the opposite. So, in terms of Rise, I'm becoming less and less optimistic about whether or not I'm going to enjoy it as time passes. The reason why is because it looks a whole lot like World. It has that same World feeling, and I feel like that does not bode well, so we'll see what happens anyway. I'm going to hold off on any strict opinions until I play the demo, because that's when we can actually play the game and see how it feels and how it looks and all of that business. But yeah, that's why I'm not soaking up all the information about Rise at the moment. I'd just rather... Oh, that's right, I've only got a single overhead. Uh-oh, let's Fade Slash out of the way if possible. Ah, we flinched him out of it, that's good. And that's the thing, yeah, the vibe of Monster Hunter was lost with certain simplifications, such as the armor skills. And, you know, the problem with that is that Monster Hunter actually carries inherent problems, just without even talking about fundamental changes. One thing that is consistent in Monster Hunter across the board is pathetic balancing. Pathetic balancing. Capcom, for all of their know-how, for all their ingenuity, coming up with the Monster Hunter series cannot, for the life of them, balance anything. Even a game where they can release a patch at any time, and they have done that, releasing patches for purposes of balancing, they still can't fucking get it right. They cannot get it right. They cannot balance a Monster Hunter game if their life depended on it. Now, what that means is that if there are already things about the game that suck, such as balancing, and then you add to that by taking away the good things, the things that made Monster Hunter really special, really unique, you know, the Japanese aspects in some regards, you start to really pile on the issues, at least if you have my opinion about it, and in that it's not an evolution, it's more of a devolution that will appeal to certain people. That was a little bit early for the Dragon Eater there. Managed to hit him, but I don't think that was max damage. But yeah, it sort of snowballs into something that I don't want to play. That's the idea. I'm less forgiving of things like terrible balancing if a bunch of other things are out of whack as well, like the armor skill system. And this is not even taking things like Clutch Claw into consideration, because I had stopped playing World many months before the release. I'm gonna get hit by that. Many months before the release of Iceborne. So I cannot speak to the Clutch Claw. I've heard descriptions of it. It sounds like a stupid gimmick that basically dictates the way you fight all monsters, and that's stupid. So there's a good chance that I'm going to dislike Wirebug in much the same way. But there you go. I don't think that's going to hit me, no. That's not going to hit anyone. I don't know who you think is up there, Cedeus, but I can tell you how many people are up there. A big fat 0. Oh, yeah. Lesioth hip check. Well, let it be known that second generation Monster Hunter was still pretty messy. I'm not going to sit here and say that first and second generation Monster Hunter was perfect. Of course there were major issues with that. And I'm not going to say that World is worse than those games. but still, there are aspects to those games that I value more. One of the fundamental aspects about Monster Hunter as a game series is to get a person who is playing it for the first time to sit there and say to themselves, or out loud even, depending on how stressed they are, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in this game. I can't get anything right. Everything feels like I'm doing nothing to the monster. I'm struggling. I'm overwhelmed with all the things I have to learn, etc, etc, etc. That is the essence of Monster Hunter, which is precisely why it never did well. Most people don't want that in their gaming experience. Now, if you suddenly take that away and make it so that, I like to call it Monster Hunter World Arsewipe Edition, or rather Monster Hunter Arsewipe Edition, that is the synonym for world, at least in my mind. What I mean by that is, you launch that game as a new player, and you will feel as if you're doing something effective. You will feel effective from the beginning, you will feel like you're doing the right thing, and there's no real gratification in that. The entire basis for enjoying Monster Hunter, for me, is the realization that this rigid style of combat, this rigid gameplay, the way these monsters move, this is comfortable to me now. It wasn't always comfortable to me, but I have become so used to it that it is now second nature. There is a certain self-gratification that's involved there, and it's amazing, it's great. Monster Hunter is supposed to be rigid, that is the way it is, and any departure from that is, unfortunately, not the right way to go. That is, in a sense, devolving the formula. And not everyone's going to agree with that. Some people might think that removing the rigidity is in fact a way forward. It's not, actually, because you can keep the core rigidity of the Monster Hunter series while... my lighting is dying. You can keep the core rigidity of the series while making it flow nicer and modernizing it in certain ways. Basically, the point is they modernized World way too much, and it was all with the intention of opening the Monster Hunter series up to a whole new community of people, which is exactly what happened. That's what they were banking on. World success was not a mistake, it was a calculated effort that happened to succeed through the benefit of timing. Good timing, that is to say. But that's how it is. And I'm past the point of really caring. I've got plenty of games to enjoy here. For fuck's sake! I can't really do anything about the light. I mean, really, I'm telling you now, the lighting was perfect until I went live, and it usually is that way. I don't know what it is. It's the fucking universe deciding that I'm not allowed to have nice-looking recordings, I suppose. It's real fucking nice. Real fucking nice. Okay. Let's go and hopefully kill this fucking monster, because we've been much slower this time. Alright. Lighting fix time. That does the job. Does it well enough anyway. The lighting is not fine. I don't know what I don't know what about that is fine. I turn bright purpley orange and you can see a fuzzy square around me. There's nothing fine about that. But thank you. It looks like utter balls. It's a concern. I will admit that I can be a little anal about these things. I don't know what my deal is with genitalia today, or just the, you know, the pubic region in general, but, oh. And so returneth the light. But, yeah, seriously. There's a point where it's just, not good enough, and I was reaching that point before. I need to actually sell one monster hardbone in my storage because, indeed, it is taking up another slot in my box that I do not need taken up, because obviously, if you have played to the endgame of 3 Ultimate, you would know that you don't have too much box space for the endgame, so it's very important to not allow too many stacks of things you don't need stacks of. And an example of that would be this keen bone that we have currently in storage. Let's go and remove that. Or is it fine bone? Hard bone. Keen bone, hard bone, fine bone. Whatever works. Okay. Forgive me. The creaking of my chair is becoming a co-star of my live streams. Doomlink and chair. Yeah, morning glory indeed. What is that sword? That looks like the... I would guess that to be a great Roggy longsword. I mean, that's the Eclipse Gambit, not quite what I was looking at. Nightshade's Bite. It must be. Because I suppose Nightshade references poison, and it looks like a Roggy longsword, but I've never seen anyone use that. It's really interesting to see. It's shocking, actually, how many... Oh, yeah, and one more thing to mention about world weapon designs, you know. Little things like that, and this is the problem. I struggle to... Oh, you fucking kidding? No, I'm not... I don't want to do another one! What is this situation, Seth? Hunt something else, Christ. You're really putting... This is a conundrum. Anyway, I was going to say that it's kind of shocking that there are so many weapon designs you've never really seen online before, and they randomly pop up, you know. Let's join Mini. I don't know what Mini means, unless... they're doing mini-monster quests. I don't really care at this point. Yeah, Brachydios is the flagship of 3 Ultimate. They did the same thing with 3 Ultimate that they did with... Oh, fuck off. They did the same thing with 3 Ultimate that they did with World, in that they made the flagship of the international version a Rathalos instead of the actual flagship monster. I don't know why they do that. Maybe they think a dragon's more striking than some weird-looking monster. I don't know. But, for instance, World has Nergigante as the flagship, and then in the international version it was Rathalos, which is a bit of an insult. Oh look, straight into that room. Well, you can enjoy that. Armor Grin. I'm kind of in a fucked situation now. I guess we're having to fight Brachydios with this guy. I'm kind of shocked that someone's got the balls to make a specific room for a specific monster when there are only 15 people in the world playing the game. But I'm getting lost in my opinions at the moment. Regarding weapon designs in World, I don't think there's a single person who would play World that would agree that the weapon designs are fine in World. They're obviously terrible, but it's just another one of those attention to detail aspects to World that were completely thrown out the door in favor of making a ballless monster to look more pretty in a very superficial way. Basically, the graphics are nice, oh, so great, and the animations are so smooth, oh, it feels great to play, but then you've got things like weapon designs that look like dick. Again, I can't stop talking about penises and assholes today, but I don't know what's going on, maybe it means something. But, yeah, they look terrible, and it's just another one of those things that were lost in the quest for superficial aesthetic beauty. It's not important. It's not an important part of Monster Hunter to forego things like weapon designs, and even the audio, like the music sucks in World, everyone can agree with that. The monster roars sound like shit. Listen to Rathalos. Have you heard Rathalos? Of course you have. He sounds retarded. He sounds terrible in that game. And that's the difference between a Japanese game and a Western game. The Japanese are very focused on the fine details. That's what sets apart a Japanese game from a Western game. Those fine details. World doesn't have that. But apparently I'm crazy. Apparently I'm crazy. My favourite monster. I can never really make a decision on that one. I'll make a decision once I've chosen my weapon here. Let's go sharp greatsword, why not? Hello, Han. Let me say hi back. My keyboard's on the floor. Ugh. Sorry, my chair had something to say, but I I never let him say too much, he just says a word here and there. Hopefully you don't feel like he's being ignored or anything like that. But, yeah. What I was going to say as well is that I always struggle to get a consistent and concise and comprehensive argument of world to you, because I've got so many opinions and it's such a whirlwind in my mind that I usually can't get it across well. But you know. Well, something like... I remember... Guys, I'm going to link you something. It's my live reaction to the announcement of the... I can't even remember what it was called. Basically, when they first announced with a trailer... This was before Iceborne was announced. When they first announced the collaboration between Monster Hunter World and The Witcher 3, I was doing a live recording of the trailer while live. Like, well, the recording wasn't live, but I was watching the live stream of it. And I uploaded the reaction of it. I think, I can't even remember what it was called, to be honest. It was something like, it was a reaction of just pure, incredulous confusion. It was like, what have they done, sort of thing. I was laughing and I was so utterly stressed by what I was looking at. I was laughing my arse off. It was really late at night, so I would have been howling with laughter had it been during the day, but it was fairly quiet, but very, very serious laughter. I mean, it was pathetic. I didn't know what I was looking at. It was probably at that moment when the penny truly dropped and I realized, wow, these guys don't give a fuck anymore. They don't give a shit. They're completely dragging Monster Hunter through the dirt now. But, I'll try to link the video if I can. I don't even know what to search. I don't even... Yeah, I'd have to look through a list of my videos to find it. Unless I put it in my miscellaneous, like I might have put it in some sort of generic playlist, it's possible. If I had done that, then I'll link that to you. So if I look through my created playlists, let's see if it's in Doomlink Updates. I don't think it would be in Doomlink Updates. It's probably not. I'll try to make my way to the boss. It's just me and this guy. I can't believe I'm even doing this. Like, why would I two-man this fucking quest with this guy? I don't even like fighting Bracky, to be honest. Oh shit, let's leave. Let's leave. Just for Bruno. Just for Bruno. So, this is one of those games where you can comfortably do that, by the way. It's fairly reasonable. Alright, just fucking load, come on. It also tells them when someone abandons the quest, by the way. Where is Doomlink Updates? Here we go. I think it is here. Where is it? I love you, Dark Souls 3. That was an interesting recording. I basically did a recording about how I was... Oh, fuck off, Bruno, you dumb cunt. Imagine being such a dumb cunt. You literally get a notification saying the person has abandoned the quest and you just leave. Dumb moron. Stupid bastard. Anyway. Oh, Generations Ultimate announced and I'm sopping wet. That was a good recording. I don't even know when... I apologize. I really wish that I could get this recording to you guys. It's not even that amazing, to be honest with you, but if I go through my list of videos... Did you know that on your YouTube channel, you can't just scroll forever through all of your uploads? It stops. Let's wait for a third, says Bruton. Says harm. Okay, let's do that. But, yeah, you can't actually scroll forever. I mean, that is a good indication of how bad YouTube is these days, where they don't even let you scroll through all of your uploads on your channel. Like, whose fucking design decision was that? It's kind of shocking. It caps at 10 months ago. It caps at 10 months ago! Whose fucking idea was that? And again... This video was uploaded 10 months ago, so really I have to go through my fucking... It's a concern. You used to be able to scroll forever. I remember a time when YouTube channels were not designed by monkeys. I remember a time... It's incredible how it actually goes backwards instead of forwards. That's evolution on the internet these days, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's go through my uploads list. That would actually cut it down quite a bit, because I do have a lot of live recordings. Okay. Come the fuck on. I mean, I could even put it up on the live stream now to make it a little easier. Come on. It was a long time ago. Obviously makes it easier if you can remember what it's fucking called, but I can't. Where are you? It's got a very, very noticeable, very identifiable thumbnail because it has the Monster Hunter World X Witcher 3 thing on it. Who the hell are you? Well, it wasn't that long ago. I must have gone past it. Well, fuck me. Too bad. Too bad. Yeah, I do love this weapon. It's really good. This was originally called the King Atalat sword. It was designed to be the, well, I suppose, a cross between all of the Diablos/Monoblos monsters. The White Monoblos, the Black Diablos, and Diablos. I suppose, regular Monoblos gets left behind in that, but, yeah, anyway. Maybe I've got the, video on my PC. Didn't even consider that. Didn't even consider that as a possibility. Alright, let's have a look. It's not there, but it might be in miscellaneous. Where does a video like this even end up on my fucking completed misc? Here we go. Where did I put this? Shocking, really. It's not that amazing of a video, but I would love to be able to share it. You know, I'm in a position now, and I've mentioned this before, but when you're playing this game, you're kind of a slave to whatever people are doing at the time. There is no one playing this game. So, I've got two choices. Either I sit here and wait for some length of time, could be forever, to get a third person just to do a fucking Brachydios and 2 Great Baggies. And then, outside of that, I might not even have another room to join, so it puts you in a bit of an awkward position. Got some interesting videos here. Dysfunctional Balls is a funny video. At least to me. Again, referencing male genitalia, which seems to be a thing today. I'm about to sneeze, actually. And yes, the Monster Hunter Tri hub is definitely much better. And again, yeah, the game is technically 9 years old at this point, but it was released, well, not 9 years ago, it was released in 2013, from memory. This guy's really patient, waiting for... I mean, he may as well just hunt with random people at this point. I mean, why is he making an actual specific room? This is ridiculous. If only I could remember the name of that video, honestly. Thank you very much. Well, it was recently a thing that I started becoming very focused on, Potato, that's the concern. Well, I can't, I'm not sitting here, I'm live, Christ. I can't sit here and wait for you. I mean, I would be patient, but I don't want to two-man with you, I don't want to do any of that. And he's gonna feel as if I've just slighted him, but the reality is that I can't sit here waiting forever. What are you doing, G-turns? Just join this room, Christ. I'll tell him to join that room. But what if I lose my space in doing that? Hopefully he has the sense to check other rooms. That is what I pray for. That is what I pray for. Must be so bright. Is it so bright? It's a little bright. It's, you know, I look a little bit like Christ, but not entirely. What's going on with your armor? So don't talk to Kayamba for fuck's sake. Or is that Char? No, that's Char Char, I think. Yeah, it is Char Char. Oh, nice set. Nice normal heavy bowgun set with Empress's Garden. That's very good. I like that. And this guy, ladies and gentlemen, we all need to just take a moment to appreciate this guy. He's using Evade Extender with heavy bowgun. Wow. Thank you. Someone who understands. Someone who understands. You know what? We're gonna heavy bowgun with normal shots with this guy. I feel like in Monster Hunter 6. Are you crazy? Why would you even want that? Do you want to ruin your memories? Imagine, but can you imagine, Potato? All of these brainless people who care nothing for past games of Monster Hunter suddenly entering Lochlike. They don't deserve to go to Lochlike. They don't understand what's special about it. They have no memories associated with that, and they wouldn't even want to educate themselves on what was special about Lochlike. It's just the newest game, let's play the newest game. And even if it's worse, they'll still love it, you know? There's no point in it being in Monster Hunter 6, and it had better not be in Monster Hunter 6 or I'll be well and truly pissed. Now, I might sound like a super purist, but seriously, I'm not interested in that at all. There's no point in Lochlike being in Monster Hunter 6. But yeah, I get very emotional about Lochlike as well, quite frankly. I'm going to, again, let my chair talk. Did you enjoy the wisdom of my chair? I don't know what you learned. Oof. Excuse you, chair. You don't need to see Lochlike with modern graphics, you just emulate, try, and see how great it actually looks. It looks amazing. It looks really good. If you emulate it. Try to remember the name of that video. Was it What Have They Done? Maybe it's What Have They Done? It's unbelievable. I can't actually remember what this video is called, and it's shocking to me that I can't remember what it's called. Again, if I could do something as simple as scroll through all my videos on my channel, then that would be excellent. But I can't do that. I regret to say, because YouTube really, really sucks. And we've talked about this, but YouTube does actually suck really hard. But you have to go with what you're given, I suppose. We don't really have any other better options. What about Twitch? Ha 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 ha. Haha. Good joke. Don't worry, they both suck. Okay, looks like I... Maybe it was? No, it couldn't have been... Maybe it was that long ago. Maybe it was that long ago. I saw a video and I thought, no, it couldn't be that long ago, but I think it is. I think it's actually that long ago. Yeah, must be a long time ago. Yeah, it must have been before I did my full Ultimate video. Here I am sitting here, hoping that that other guy joins this room. Seriously, I apologize for how fucking uneventful this has been, but this is really the best I can do. Okay, there was a phrase that I was trying to remember. It is, "This is so bad, please stop." Okay, I'm going to load that on my stream for the reason that it just... There's nothing else going on, you know. I'm sitting here in a game where there's no one playing. There's a guy who thinks that he's going to get people in his fucking Brachydios room when there's 15 people playing in the world. And he doesn't have the sense to check other rooms and see that there's actually a turns room that he could join and do his Brachydios in. Now it's really funny, we're on two different ends of the spectrum here. When I'm playing in Generations Ultimate, I'm always making fun of the people who use turns rooms to get their quests done, even though they could just make a room on their own and actually get people in to play with them very easily. But then we've got the opposite case here, where some guy thinks that he's going to make a room for a specific monster when no one's playing the game, and he doesn't want to join a turns room that has 2 open spaces. For fuck's sake. Anyway. Here we go. The file name is called This Is So Bad. Okay. Now, when was this recorded? This was recorded the 11th of December 2018. Really? I put it in the Doomlink updates folder? Whatever. Hello, Dia. I'm not two-manning that quest just yet. I want to wait for another person. Oh god. I struggle to do the simple things sometimes, you know. Do we really have to two-man this thing now? I think we do, don't we? Okay, let's two-man this thing. I'll show the video later. This person's gonna be getting pissed otherwise. So I need to get my combination materials, and I also need to actually do some fucking hunts. I mean, I'd rather not do a two-man, but whatever. At this point, I really should be. Hold on. I've been live for almost an hour, I have not hunted once. Welcome to 3 Ultimate. It really is a miracle every time I can record this game and not actually be sitting here doing nothing the whole time. And it happens often, like usually I'm not having to do that, but today is not one of those days where I can just do whatever I want, which is hunt. I instead have to just sit here and wait. That's how it has to be, I suppose. Okay, needleberry. Here we go. I think I'm ready. Let's do it. Again, I'm using my normal gun set. This is my Pierce set! Christ! Pay attention, Doomlink, for the love of my ass. Like, this has just been a complete fucking mess. It is always he thinks I'm gonna leave. I'm not leaving, seriously. I'm not leaving, take it easy. Just changing my set. This has been an interesting recording for the reason that I went to heavy Pierce instead of normal. I'm so stupid. Okay, there we go. This is my normal set. As you can see. Similar to what that guy has. Similar. Okay. Ha! Battlefield 4. Oh, I like the Battlefield games, yeah. I mean, I definitely do FPS games, but I actually have a side channel called Doomlink FPS that I haven't added to yet, mainly because I'm having trouble actually going live in any FPS game at 60 FPS and not having it look like an actual mess, because neither YouTube nor Twitch can actually handle 1080p 60 FPS video live. Thanks YouTube, thanks Twitch. Yeah, 3 Ultimate, there's nothing going on. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. I forgot to eat, but that's alright. I could live with that. Go and get... This is an arena quest? Is this a single hunt? Oh, it's the giant nibble snarf, I see. Well, thank God I have a Vade extender, my god. This is going to be a little rough. I'm reloading here because I don't really want to be caught on a reload from this thing. If you want to see a giant nibble snarf, this is a giant nibble snarf, hello. Oh, he's being fished out, I hope? Yes. Look how Look how far you can be from him. This is quite funny. I want to hit the weak point if you wouldn't mind. Alright. One good thing about Nibblesnarf being this huge is that I am pretty much always in critical distance. In other words, I'm always close. And, I mean, really, look at the size of him. It's been a little while since I fought this guy. That is to say, the giant Nibblesnarf. So we're both going heavy normal, which is really cool. I wanted to do it just oh. Do bombs, I guess bombs do work on this guy. That's probably how he ended up in the position he was in before. Excellent. So he should have swallowed that bomb, let's hope. Let's see. Yes, he swallowed the bomb. Come on, explode now. Are you doing fishing? You're probably going to do fishing, so I'll leave it to you. Okay. But I started Battlefield with Bad Company 2. Played a lot of Battlefield 3. And that was on consoles, actually. But Battlefield 4 was on PC, which I was recording. On PC when I got my good PC for the first time, back in 2017. The PC that I use today, actually. And by the way, you do need to dive whenever this guy does anything, because you see? Now that was really annoying, he didn't even let me dive there. Don't you fucking... okay. You can swallow those bombs, enjoy. Also, lots of damage, in case you hadn't noticed. How would a Nibblesnarf get that big? I really don't know. I suppose this is the one that was highest up on the food chain. The one who evolved best. He probably grew to eat things like Devil Joes and the like. Devil Joe would be wandering around the sand, and then Nibblesnarf would suddenly come up and eat him. Oh, I thought that was a fishing opportunity. It was not, just a regular flinch. Yeah, maybe. It's a good idea. Let that be, you know, inflating a goblin inside his body. That's... oh, that's a fishing opportunity. Are you going for it? Cool. Now, I don't believe that I can interrupt his fishing by attacking the monster, but just in case, I'll hold off. Oh, that's annoying. Again, I'm way off the weak point, but may as well get some DPS. Looks like he's actually shooting normal level 3, which is interesting. He might be a good normal level 3 shooter, it's possible. I wouldn't doubt it. You can't actually trust low hunter rank people in this game because they're probably people who actually have 2 hunter rank 999 or more profiles. They're kind of crazy in this game. Mainly because this is probably all they play. So they just make new characters. So yeah, I wouldn't doubt that he knows how to use normal level 3. Even though he's only hunter rank 70 or so. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm typing on the wrong keyboard. Oh shit. Swarry. I typed swarry and I headbutted my microphone. Fuck me. I apologize for all of that. For all the noise that I made, for all the headbutting of microphones, for all the swarry. All of it. Fuck me. What a fucking nightmare. I mean, seriously, Doomlink just wants to type on a keyboard and it's like Armageddon. Unfucking believable. I apologize a second time for the chaos that I've caused. Okay, we are going to Nullberry because I need my stamina. Yes, so shooting normal level 1 does next to no damage. If you are shooting normal level 1, you have nothing else to shoot, because it does by far the worst damage of any shot type in the series. You do not want to be in a position where you're shooting normal level 1, even if you're shooting it out of a strong gun with normal up. Seriously, it's bad. Normal level 2 does the most damage on impact. Like, the initial impact of the shot does more damage than normal level 3. The way normal level 3 differs is in the ricochet, which is obviously not present with normal level 2. The way the ricochet works is that if you're accurate with the ricochet, you can actually do more damage than normal level 2. However, normal level 2 is considered more consistent and therefore more damaging overall, so that is the shot type of preference for most people. I do play Freedom Unite in my free time. Whenever I think to do it, which is not always. I'm really not contributing much in case you hadn't noticed. I mean, we're two-manning this fucking monster. I mean, really, this is the reason. If you guys want a reason why I'm always recording Generations Ultimate, it's because there's people to play with. Okay? That's the reason why I do it. Yes, that too. Okay. Now to combine. Uh-oh, that's dangerous. Stay away. I couldn't dive in time. I couldn't do it. I tried, but I couldn't do it. Thanks for the heal. It's very nice of you. I do see all people dying to this monster because he is just so huge. Everything he does is extremely dangerous because you can't really get out of the way of it. Alright, let's combine our shots now. I don't know which way you're going, but I'm scared. Stop it. There we go. Isn't it so nice to have a Blade Master pouch? Yeah. If you would like to see some solo hunts, I mean, I could always do that, I suppose. I'm not much for solo hunts myself. That's not what I enjoy doing. But I will be doing a live stream playthrough of Monster Hunter 1 soon, so I shouldn't say soon. In the next 6 months, I'll be doing a live stream playthrough of Monster Hunter 1. So you'll be seeing some solo hunts. But, yeah, I'm not one for solo hunts personally, it's not what I enjoy. Alright. He's dead. So at least we're doing decent damage. Now, is that a G rank hunt? I believe it is. What have we got? It is Hunter rank 6, so it is G rank. Well done, says Dia. If you say so. I would say I did rather poorly, but if that's the way you feel, then that's just lovely, isn't it? Nibble Snuff High Plus? No. And when I say Monster Hunter 1, I don't mean emulating, I mean putting the actual PAL disc into my PS2 and recording that shit. Analog stick to attack, ladies and gentlemen. Can't wait. I do say that non-seriously, because it is going to be painful and frustrating. Okay. What are some of the worst randoms I've had to play with? I told this story in my Discord recently, but I was doing, in Portable Third, paralysis slash sleep. Try saying paralysis slash sleep 5 times really fast. It's impossible. Paralysis slash sleep. Paralysis slash sleep. Maybe it's not too hard, but anyway. I was doing one of those runs on Elatrion, and I told everyone, please bring bombs. I believe 2 people brought Barrel Bomb Large as opposed to Barrel Bomb Large Plus, which is frustrating in and of itself, but the 3rd guy went and brought Bounce Bombs, and he placed the Bounce Bombs during the Sleep Bomb process, so I was left pretty fucking shocked and confused and just generally lost for words. I was like, sorry, what? Are you that stupid? Because I would have made it very clear initially that I was doing sleep bombing. I mean, I don't know, like, the thing is he placed the bounce bomb and detonated the bombs in, it was just ridiculous. I've never seen something so stupid, but that was interesting. That was really interesting. I don't know if he was being cheeky or dumb, but I said bring bombs and he brought bounce bombs. I don't know. Pretty crazy to me. There won't be a Kingdom Hearts Let's Play, but there will be a live stream playthrough. That is to say, my turn. My turn. There's nothing I want to do that 2 of us would get done quickly, my friend. I don't even want to hunt with you, really. I've had my fun. My turn. Go home. Ugh. My turn. Guess I'll have to join this room. Maybe they're finally doing something new. I don't know. Alright, so I've got access to this room, and they're on a quest. So let me try to load that video that I was wanting to share. It looks like the audio's fucked up. I apologize for that. I don't know what's causing that. It's OBS being stupid. That was my attempt to share the video. Didn't work. But, I mean, I couldn't hear it, but I could see very clearly that the video was jumpy, so... I can just link it instead. I'll link it on YouTube. My apologies, this whole video's been a mess really, but you guys aren't bothered by it. But I'm very bothered. That's what happens when you're a perfectionist, I suppose. Okay. This is really, I suppose, solidifying the fact that I never want to go live in this fucking game again. Because it's not smooth, it's not... It just doesn't work quite right. Alright. On Hunsterverse, that's right. That was on Hunsterverse, and Mouth Breather would be putting it lightly. There are some people on Hunsterverse that actually have serious fucking mental problems, evidently. Just... they've got actual problems, so... It's quite sad. But if you'd like to watch that video, that was basically my live reaction to the announcement of the collaboration between Monster Hunter World and The Witcher 3. I was shocked, disgusted, and also I was laughing a bit. So, there you go. I was trying to share that, but I guess OBS really struggles with the simple things, you know. My guess is that it's a lack of compatibility with WMV video format, because it didn't appear defaultly when I was trying to share a media source. I had to select all files and then it showed it, and then didn't load it properly, so thanks OBS. Can always, it seems that every single tool that I try to use to go live just doesn't want to work for me. It's always that way. But, anyway. Nothing works properly. I was actually saying before that I'd like a paid alternative to OBS. I'd be happy to just do a one-time payment where I get something that works. I don't really know what else to say. But I'm not sure if there are any good paid alternatives. I'm really not too sure. But, I don't know how long these guys are going to be on this quest, and I'm hoping it's not still Goldbeard C. Deus, otherwise I will probably scream. I really haven't gotten anything done, except for one Nibble Snarf hunt, and we are almost 1 hour and 10 minutes in, which is a little shocking, to be fair. But, again, this is why I usually record Generations Ultimate. Soraya is apologizing while winking. Don't know why. But, either way. Either way. Looks like they've just killed the monster. Yes, they've just killed the monster. I don't know what they're fighting. I can only hope that it is no longer Goldbeard C. Deus, because seriously? I don't mind doing... Well, then again... That's very interesting. So we did do some Goldbeard C. Deus. I said that we hadn't done anything except for Nibblesnarf, but I had somehow completely written the memory out of my mind of doing Goldbeard C. Deus. So yes, we have done, I believe, 3 hunts in the last hour and 10 minutes, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. I believe it was the 3rd hunt where I put my foot down and said, no, I'm not doing any more. So... yeah, free type is what makes this game special as compared to the more recent Monster Hunter games. Now, I will say this. One of the reasons why I hated playing the 3DS Monster Hunter games was because of the level of communication you had to deal with. It was very low level. So you had to type on the fucking screen with your stylus, and it sucked. And even the people you were talking to were mostly fairly dumb, community-wise, as compared to this game and Try. So it was really a pretty miserable experience. And I had established, prior to the release of Generations Ultimate, the notion that any stationary console Monster Hunter game would allow free typing, because it was the same in Try and 3 Ultimate, and I can't really speak for Monster Hunter 1, Monster Hunter G, and Monster Hunter 2 DOS, but I'm guessing they had something similar. They did, at the very least, have USB keyboard support. But, I played Generations Ultimate for the first time and was utterly shocked and disgusted to find that free type was not something that I could do. Which, for me, is really important for playing Monster Hunter online with people. And then, a game that would actually support it, World, was not designed such that you would communicate with people via text, or even on voice chat, really. There was no communication in World, because it was all about instant gratification, get in an SOS, kill the monster, done. Very little communication, and therefore there was no community interaction. And, I mean, that's just, again, one of many issues with World, the whole SOS system and how it detracts from the community experience. But, yeah. And people will say, well, what about Kulftaroth? Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on that one. That does not mitigate the issue of SOS quests in and of itself. Okay? Thank you. And that fucking monster carries with it issues of its own. 4 Ultimate was interesting. At the time, I really disliked it for the reason... Well, I didn't really dislike it. There was a specific aspect to it that I really hated, which was the Guild Quest endgame. It basically turned a system that we were used to dealing with when it came to talismans into... Well, it's expanded into weapons and armor. Imagine that. A roulette system where you can get anything. Anything. You don't know what you're gonna get. There are so many different things you can get. And then all of a sudden, the best weapons you can get in the game are part of a massive rotation pool that you can only really access if you're doing level 135 to 140 guild quests. And it was just a terrible situation. I hated it as an endgame. It made me realize how much I appreciated, not realizing previously how much I appreciated it, just being able to make a weapon of a monster, fully upgrade it, and have that be the best weapon that I would have access to for that particular element for the weapon type, or for that particular damage output for the weapon type, something like that. But they added this randomization system in guild quests as an endgame that I just really didn't appreciate. I didn't bother with the armor so much, it was mostly weapons that I dealt with, but even then I didn't fully engage with it for the reason that it was so much of a stab in the dark that it didn't feel right. It wasn't what I wanted out of a Monster Hunter endgame. Now, admittedly, it does work as a Monster Hunter endgame in the sense that it's almost... it perpetuates endlessly. It goes on and on and on, and you just want to find a weapon that works for you, and there will always be a new weapon to get that might work for a different build that you have, or something like that, but I don't like that stab in the dark. I like to actually be able to set out what weapons I want to make for a build, or for a character, I should say more specifically. When I'm playing a Monster Hunter game, I like to have a list of all the weapons that I'm going to try to make. You can't really do that in the Guild Quest endgame. You have to just keep doing the quests over and over and over again until you get stuff. Just stuff. And it's terrible, I hate it. Everyone has a 4-point formation? Are you fucking kidding me? Nearly fell off my chair. 4-point formation? It's 2020! You're gonna do 4-point fucking formation? Are you crazy? Is it because I'm using a normal gun? You think I'm here to do some 4-point formation? I'm bloody well not. Oh my god. Oh, my controller's being stupid. There's this weird glitch where if you're touching any button on your controller, when you turn on the Wiimote, it will hold that button down. It's really annoying. But anyway. Am I really at a point where I've either got a turns room with no one in it, or 4-point formation? Am I really at that point now? Now, to describe 4-point formation, this is the HRP farming quest of this game. It's usually pretty well organized. I don't know if these guys are well organized or not. Usually what you'd do is you'd have either a full team of normal gunners, or like 2 normal gunners, 2 Brachydios dual blade users. I'm not interested in this. It's so not what I want to do right now. Seriously, just end me. End me. I'm not doing that. This is the problem. You don't really have the creed. Okay. Oh, never mind. There's no one to... There's no space to enter. I mean, this is pissing me off. Okay. Last chance. What do we got? What do we got? I seriously need to be careful about going live in this game, because sometimes there's just nothing going on and it's stressful. But, yeah, a free type is very important, and the reason why they didn't implement it in Generations Ultimate is because it's a 3DS game. But it wouldn't take much effort. Seriously, it wouldn't. And all these people playing Generations Ultimate don't know what they're missing out on. It wouldn't even occur to them that it should be natural to just free type to people in a hunt. You need that level of communication. You shouldn't have to, on a Switch that can have a USB keyboard plugged into the dock, be forced to look, or rather pre-type your communication, and then use those in a quest. There's no reason why you should have to do that. Quite frankly, you should be able to type on an on-screen keyboard in the quest as well, if you're going portable mode, because sometimes a situation calls for specific communication. You need to ask a question, or you need to tell someone to do something. You can't pre-type everything. And you shouldn't have to. That's the idea, you shouldn't have to. And they make it so that you do have to, which is stupid to me. What? A 4 Ultimate stream, what a laugh. What a laugh. I'd have more of a difficult time getting inconsistent hunts with 4 Ultimate people, I'll tell you what. Hello, Better Star. Good to see you. Come on, Die Fuel, just post your fucking quest. I'm not here to look at the ocean. I'm here. Hello, Geordie. Can we can we do some hunts? I'm really at a point now where it's starting to weigh on me. Can we? Come on. Hello, Geordie. Nice bow, Geordie. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you? Is it 2015 again? What's going on? 4-point formation and Kelby D-Shot. It's 2020. It's almost 2021. This game came out in 2013, and people are still doing this shit. What is going on? Play the game. I'm getting frustrated because, okay, if you don't know the Great Kelby D-Shot, this is the most overpowered set in the game, which says a lot, because all slime weapons are overpowered, but this is just, okay, you press X over and over and over again, you apply slime to the monster repeatedly, explosions happen, they die in 3 minutes. That's it. Solo, 3 minutes, quite frankly. Can we post Ivory? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. My keyboard's not there, but I don't have the quest yet, says Die Fuel. Yeah, no problem. And don't use fucking Deershot, Geordie. I used to have a Deershot set that I very rarely used, but I removed it as a point that I shouldn't even have it, quite frankly. What should we use? Let's use Gunland, seeing as though we were talking about it before. Offline solo, it's true hunt. Online for weak players. Tell me more, please. Tell me more. Where is my fire gunlance? I have one, don't I? Yes, I do. The Disuality. I'm sure there's a better one out there. But this is nice too. It's always good to use a weapon like this because this is a Morales weapon, which, of course, would not appear in any other game. Morales is exclusive to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Alright, let's post Ivory Laggy. I think he's in this quest list, or no, I think he's here actually. Here we go, Ruler of Two Realms. Let's just do the regular one, just to start with. Again, Ivory Laggy is a monster that is unique to 3 Ultimate as well, which is great. I'm using a weapon unique to the game, and fighting a monster who's unique to the game. I've talked about this before, I'll try to keep it brief, but the Laggy that you are used to fighting in 4th generation, more specifically Monster Hunter Generations and Generations Ultimate, is in fact Ivory Laggy. The reason why is because Ivory Laggy is a Laggy subspecies that is land-based. Traditionally, Lagiacrus or Lagiacrus, I say Lagiacrus personally, because Lagiacrus, Lagiacrus, but I just said the Japanese name. But anyway, Lagiacrus is usually a underwater fight, and he's very easy to fight on land. They made a subspecies called Ivory Lagiacrus that actually is quite a formidable fight on land, and will only go underwater if he happens to rotate into an underwater area, or if he's limping. So, that's the nature of Ivory. Now, when they decided to bring back Lagiacrus into the non-underwater combat games, they basically gave him Ivory Laggy's moveset, for the reason that, again, Ivory Laggy was more of an on-land fight as opposed to an underwater fight. So, what you'll be seeing here is basically the precursor to the modern Laggy as we know him today. Speak more Japanese. No. Gyakka. Okay. Actually, I don't know if it's kyakka or gyakka. I think it's gyakka. Excuse me. Anyway. Sometimes, it's hard to know what the hell people are saying in Japanese. Okay, so he starts in Area 7, so we will go and fight him there. But for those who are not familiar with Ivory, he's a very beautiful monster. Okay. But, yeah. Really pretty monster. You get to watch Doomlink use a Gunlance. What a rarity, really. Yeah, we'll do another shot. Reload. I was trying to shift to the side, but I guess it doesn't have that sort of maneuverability. Imagine that. Gyakka, okay. Good to know. No, I think, I believe how it works is Kyakka is refusal, whereas Gyakka is, to the contrary. That's my understanding of it. But, I'm a novice. Shame that Jenny isn't here. Or at least, well, I would assume that if Jenny was here, she would already have educated me on that. Anyway. So the weak points remain the same, I believe. Blade Master weak point is, for the most part, the chest. Elemental weak point is the back. That's right, I really should be doing a Wyvern Fire once I get the opportunity. Now would be a decent time, but I'm a little bit far. So basically, if you want to know what fighting a regular Lagiacrus on land is like, imagine a really stupid Ugnaughtor. One that can barely do anything. What are you doing going that way already? We couldn't have done that much damage, surely. I thought that him moving to that area would be a hell threshold, but no. We couldn't have done that much damage anyway. Okay. Okay, I really need to reload my weapon. Alright. No, that's probably... Oh, that could have been... No. Let's just do it. Do it. Come on, baby. Yeah. Good idea, me. Sorry, die fuel. Could also be defuel. I don't know. He might be German. Might be German. The Corn Gunlance is a shelling gunlance. It is the, I suppose what you could call the original shelling gunlance. It is not super damaging, but it's good. It's mainly used for Blade Master Fatalis confrontations. The idea being that Blade Master on Fatalis is utterly miserable, particularly White Fatalis, because White Fatalis will cause you to bounce the whole fucking fight. So it's just easier for consistent damage to use the popcorn. And that's what people do. I do it sometimes, but I'm usually going Adrenaline Element against Fatalis in the older games. So Adrenaline Fire. Crazy thing about Fatalis is that it doesn't matter if you're fighting regular Fatalis, Crimson Fatalis, or White Fatalis, all weak to fire. Now imagine Crimson Fatalis being weak to fire. Well, that's how it is. That is probably not his primary weakness, but it's about the same as his dragon weakness, so yeah, that's how that works. So I go Rapid Fire, Adrenaline Fire. I use the regular Rathalos Light Bowgun, which actually rapid fires 5 fire shots, and then I have an Adrenaline set with that. Oh, I don't have Guard Up on this set apparently. That's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, I do not. I have Guard Plus 2 though. I would say that Guard Up is more important than Guard Plus 2, because at least you're not put into situations where you're trying to guard and then you really just end up getting hit anyway. It can be really bad, because the thing is, if you don't have the ability to sheath your weapon fast enough, what ends up happening is you're forced to fall back on your guard. Why do these people keep joining these fucking rooms and then leaving? Are they stupid? You can see if the person's on a quest or not. It's quite visible before you join the room, so I don't really know what these people are doing. Oh, we've got a limping laggy. Yeah, got a shot off on the tail. And notice how it burns afterwards? That's something that they did not have in Portable Third, which is really important actually for gun lancing. Really important. Because it actually shows you kill or cap up to you. Let's kill it then, shit. I'd actually like to break the... Here we go, break the back, break the back. Let's do it, come on. Get it, get it, get it. Yeah! Final shot, final shot. Very nice, very nice. That's exactly what I was hoping for. But yeah, the Khorne Gunlance actually made its way into Generations Ultimate. It's very interesting because the Khorne Gunlance was the shelling gunlance of the old games, like the original Monster Hunter, and then the Bamboo Gunlance was the shelling gunlance of Portable Third and 3 Ultimate. I believe the Bamboo Gunlance is in this game. I say I believe because I've never seen anyone use it online in this game, but I think it's in this game too. But interestingly, the Popcorn and the Bamboo Gunlances are in Generations Ultimate. So, interesting. Yeah, that was a good break, actually. But yeah, Chubby, I apologise that you might have a preference, or at least would like to see some solo hunts, but I don't. I'm not into solo hunts, personally. There was a time when I could get into it, but these days I prefer the team interaction. Yeah, I play Freedom, Freedom Unite, Portable Third, 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, and Generations Ultimate. Those are the games that I play. I do have, well actually my most recent Portable Third recording was uploaded maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. I think I will do a fairly long recording today for the reason that I need to make up for all the, the downtime, I suppose, in this recording. As you can see, I have 99 in these items, and I don't want to create new stacks for them in my box, so I'm not going to take them. Flame Aura. No thank you. No thank you. Sheathing +6, Sharpener +6. Pretty good talisman for this game, so I will take that. Talismans are not quite so good in this game, I think you'll find. Well, that is, compared to more recent games. Alright. Well, just sit tight for my Monster Hunter 1 livestream playthrough, which is going to be a miserable time. Miserable time. Can we do it again? Why do you guys always need to fight the same monsters repeatedly? God damn it. Oh, that's why it went so fast. It's because Geordie's using the Kelby Deer Shot. No fucking wonder. I was thinking, that was a pretty fast 3-man, yeah. Geordie with the Deer Shot. We can do it again if you insist. If you insist, I will use the Sword and Shield. I will go... Element Sword and Shield? Do we want to do that? No, let's go with this set. I like to use this set with Sword and Shield. So we've got the Manifestation, and I think I have another, yeah, I have the Golden Radius. So this weapon here is what I would normally use for fire. However, because I'm playing 3 Ultimate, I may as well use a weapon that's unique to 3 Ultimate, which is this right here. This is the Diamoralis Sword and Shield. And basically how it works is Diamoralis is comparable to Elatrion in the sense that it's high element, low raw damage. Although the sharpness generally isn't as good as, say, Elatrion. Generally Elatrion has a lot of purple. Well, actually no, it is the same, isn't it? So you can get a lot of purple if you've got sharpness +1 with a Moralis weapon, but generally it will not have... Well, we could do a double quest just to make it a little easier. Let's see if I have the advanced. There is an advanced quest, but it seems that I don't have it, sadly. Well, that's alright. Guess we'll just do it again. I don't play much Freedom, because it is a fucking miserable experience. It's terrible. Freedom, again, is a messier experience. It's a messier version of Monster Hunter G. Now, Monster Hunter G was pathetic and awful and gross, but Freedom had input issues, like weapon attack input issues, and it was just terrible. No, I don't, Chub. I prefer... I don't know why I call you Chub, to be honest. I must drop the Y for some reason. I'll call you Chubby or whatever the hell. But, and I know you don't care, but I care. Oh, I'm creating new stacks. Here we go, let's sell these. But, I prefer a balance. I want good raw with decent element. I don't want high raw, super low element, and I don't want low raw, super high element. I want to strike a balance in the middle somewhere. That's my preference. So, that's how I do it, usually. This weapon is not really that, but I'm using it because it's unique. So, there you go. I would also like to fight Hallowed Gen. I always like to fight Hallowed Gen Moran. Here's another subspecies that is unique to this game. He is actually a Gen who is weak to fire. Imagine that. Weird thought. But that's how it is. And he has a unique, rare item that is actually very easy to get, fortunately. I like rare items that are easy to get. It's called Ghostly Quartz. Oh my god, Geordie. Oh, he's a Kelby Deershot user who can actually use other weapons. I'm shocked. He's using the Greatsword at the moment. Do not know what type of Greatsword. We're about to find out. What if it's the Lordly Deathcap? Wouldn't that be funny? Oh, that is a weapon that I want, but never got around to making. That is an Awakened Fire Greatsword. Oh, I want that. It is called the Anima Reaper. You might recognize that as the Pirate J Greatsword that first appeared in the Japanese version of Tri. Or am I thinking of the True Cutter Sword? Ooh, did the Pirate J Greatsword exist with that design? That might be the original version of the design. I'm just a little confused because I know that the Pirate J Greatsword in Generations Ultimate had that same design, and I know that the Pirate J weapons come from Tri in the Japanese version, but... No, I just wonder, because Lion's Bane and True Cutter Sword were the weapons that you would get from Event HR46 Capture a Devil Joe in Tri. But maybe there was no Pirate J Greatsword. Maybe they just reused the Anima Reaper. It's possible. Yes, it does. It does, Chubby. The idea is that the only way that it will make up for the lack of raw is if the monster is exceptionally weak to element. So, the problem with that is that it's very specific to certain monsters. So I like to... My preference has always been... Why are you flinching, character? Stop doing that. But yeah, the reason why I don't do that is because I have a preference for things that work in multiple scenarios. I don't have the patience. I mean, to an extent, I will organize my loadout for a hunt, but I don't want to go the full way and pick out a weapon just for one specific hunt, something that would only be useful in 1 or 2 hunts in the entire game. That's something I would do if I were a true endgame, but I don't know. Now, one thing that I'd like to say, guys, is that what you're witnessing right now is my favorite version of Sword and Shield. This is 3rd generation Sword and Shield. It is absolutely beautiful. It just flows perfectly. And the reason why is because that X and A attack, it is the jump forward, as opposed to the slide forward that we see in 4th generation that was first introduced in Monster Hunter 4. It sucks. I hate it. I hate the way it looks. I hate the way it feels. They made up for it with the charge attack in Generations, but it doesn't sit with me. By charge attack, I mean the down on the left analog stick and holding A in a combo. You can do it after the first hit of any combo with the Sword and Shield. You can't do it in 4 Ultimate or 4, I believe. But, yeah, the issue with the slide forward is that it feels as if I'm lacking a certain verticality with a sword that is actually quite limited in its range. I like the slight verticality that I get from a jump forward attack. It feels better, it feels like I have more control, and it is my preference. The situation with Sword and Shield was that it was disgustingly underpowered in 2nd generation, and it made something of a return in 3rd gen. And the Sword and Shield was my favourite weapon of Tri, next to the guns and Greatsword. But I've always preferred the weapon types that are at real far ends of the spectrum. So Greatsword at the, you know, furthest end of the low mobility spectrum, and then the Sword and Shield farthest along the high mobility. So, if we're speaking of spectrums anyway. I am playing on the Wii U right now. This is on the Wii U console. I am playing with people through the Capcom servers. That is the reason why no one's fucking playing. There are probably more people to play with on emulator, to be honest. But while the game has servers online, I will be here. Actually, I have high-grade earplugs with this set. Forgot about that. But, yeah, while there are people to play with on the actual Wii U, I will play on the Wii U. So, eventually I'll move this entire save onto PC. But the time that will occur, or when that will happen, will probably be when these servers shut down. Iceborne Sword and Shield is disgusting. Its identity became a perfect rush simulator, I see. Well, I can't speak to World or Iceborne Sword and Shield. Didn't really use it. I didn't play much of World. I played a total of... yeah, I can't shield that, I don't have guard up. But, I played a total of about 300 to 350 hours of World, which really wasn't enough time to branch out into other weapon types. I was very focused on light bowgun, heavy bowgun, greatsword, dual blades, and that was about it. I didn't really use anything else. I didn't have the time to branch out into anything else because I like to master weapon types, you know. And I was really unimpressed with how they changed bowguns. Oh, and bow as well, sorry, I used a lot of bow. I loved bow. I loved what they did with bow, but I hated what they did with bowguns. The way they had shots travel so utterly slowly, and the way that you couldn't do ADS anymore. Really sucked. So, you were basically forced to hip fire and the shots moved so fucking slowly, it looked like shit, felt like shit, so it was shit. That's the way it works. But, ooh. I don't know, Chubby. I really don't know. All I can tell you is that I'm not surprised because the reality of YouTube is that it is a pathetically glitchy mess. And, that is the nature of YouTube, unfortunately. The reason why I use YouTube over Twitch is because YouTube is my place of content creation, and I cannot actually stream at settings that would favor YouTube while also being able to stream to Twitch, because Twitch has a limited video bitrate that it can handle, whereas YouTube almost has no upper limit. It's kind of crazy, but, yeah. the trade-off there is that YouTube requires more video bitrate in order for it to look good, and that amount is more than Twitch can handle, which is why I stream exclusively to YouTube. I used to multi-stream, but I don't anymore. So I'm sorry that the chat doesn't really work properly for you, Chubby. I'm not sure what the fix would be. Maybe clearing your cache would help. That's one thing that can help. Whenever it comes to things going wrong with a website online, just clearing your cache can help. Americans say cache, if you don't know what I'm saying. But, yes. That might help your situation. But even then, no guarantees. Let's put down a shock trap, actually. I'm tempted to use a pitfall, but I don't think I have many pitfalls, so I'll use a shock. Well, that was a bit unnecessary. Nice work, though. Good hunt. I do really want the Anima Reaper, because I actually have an Awakened Greatsword set in this game. But, well, my Awakened Fire Greatsword is actually the Rathalos Raw weapon. I can't remember what it's called. It's the final upgrade of the Siegmund, something like that. But tried all the basic fixes. Yeah, that's YouTube. I'm sorry. Yeah, I never trap, and the reason why is because I'm bloody lazy. What I do with traps is that I trap when the monster is exhausted, and there's no reason to only do that. It's always useful to trap outside of those opportunities, but it comes down to laziness. You'll also notice that I never bring flash bombs. I don't even have them in my pouch, much less use them. That comes down to laziness as well. This is because I, in Try, was such a hardcore do everything perfectly, not necessarily meta, because I wanted to use sets that were fun, not just meta. But the way that I played was absolutely just, it was all about doing the most damage possible with what I had. And after that, I just couldn't do it anymore, so I became very lazy, very casual. And so even to this day, something as simple as throwing a flash bomb is more than I'm willing to do. I just switch my brain off and play the game, you know. That's how I play. It's not glasses. Well, glass would be part of it, but it is actually crystal. This is a crystal Glen can. I do have a regular Glen can, but yeah, this is a crystal one. It is very nice. I love it. What I love more than anything is the weight of crystal. I love the weight of it. The base on its own is so heavy. It is amazingly heavy, actually. I'd say this is about 800 grams is what I would guess. I'd say this is about an 800 gram glass. Which, I mean, given the size of it, pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Oh, maybe 600 to 700. I don't really know. That would be my guess. I've got a few crystal glasses, but I don't always drink out of crystal glasses. For example, I do drink out of a lot of designer glasses as well, particularly Holmgard. I have Per Lutken and Bent Severin designed Holmgard glasses. I have 4 brandy and cognac, all of those. I have a Per Lutken designed Holmgard glass. I also have a Per Lutken liqueur glass. For port and... Well, for port I have a... This is crystal. This is a crystal, whatever it's called. Waterford crystal. I usually drink port out of that, but I also have a Bent Severin designed 60s Holmgard port glass. And my sole champagne glass, or sparkling wine glass, is a Bent Severin 60s Holmgard flute. So, yeah, I have a huge beer glass collection. It's ridiculous. For every beer that I drink, I have a glass for it. You know. Looks like Geordie is heading off. Yeah, I'm Australian. The reason why I sound English is because the Australian accent, if you strip it of its, I guess, if you've got a mild Australian accent, it sounds like a part of Britain. That's just the way the Australian accent is, because if you listen to all the different accents in England or even in the British region, they all, well, there are great variations to it, but it is ultimately based on something more traditional, like whatever a traditional English accent would be. Maybe something a little more posh. But if you were to compare a strong Birmingham accent, for example, to a strong Australian accent, it could just as easily be the case that an Australian accent would be from the mainland of England, but it's not. It's just so it's identifiably different enough for people to go, that's Australian. But it is derived from the English accents, and so if you have a mild Australian accent, it ends up sounding English. It's just how it is. But, okay, let's do a high-rank steel Urugan, seeing as though we're going to be two-manning this. I'm happy to do that. Drink cider on stream already. I was actually considering doing that in your honour, Potato. I think in my next Twilight Princess recording, I will drink cider, just for you. Hopefully I can find a heavy cider, but if I can't, I'll drink a light one. A few light ones, actually. The reason why I don't drink cider on stream is because it goes straight through you. Straight through you. It's like water. Well, it's like apple juice, more like. But, yeah. I don't have issues with cider. It's just you can't really mix cider with other things, as we all know. Where is Ivory Laggy stuff? I have a new stack to sell. I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, I'm of course in remove items as opposed to sell items. Damn it. Okay. What have we got? Ivory. Here you are. No. Here you are. The PL. We don't want that. Yeah, exactly. Sparkling apple juice. But yeah, what I mean is that Birmingham accents are really quite a divergence from your typical English accent. Pretty much to the same degree that an Australian accent would be a divergence. So, therefore, it makes sense that a mild Australian accent would sound rather English. And ultimately it comes down to enunciation as well. I enunciate fairly clearly with my words, whereas a typical Australian accent doesn't really enunciate much. I can't even really... I'm actually at the point now where I can't do a real Aussie accent. G'day, mate. How you going? How you going, mate? I can't really do it. What am I using? We are fighting Steel Urugan. He is weak to ice, I guess. What's an ice? Let's go Sword and Shield, even now. Let's just keep going with Sword and Shield. I'm loving it. I'm not sponsored by McDonald's. So, if I bring some deodorants, if I have any in the box, which I don't appear to. Can you buy deodorants from the regular shop? I think you can, but just in case. Let me check here. Don't have deodorants with the granny, but I think I can buy them normally. I love the design of the Grand Bhavani in this game. It was more of a, I suppose, pointed shape for the end of the blade in Tri. Was it called the Nardebosh? Something like that. But in this game, it's actually got a sort of flat spike at the end, which I think is a nice variation. Where are my deodorants, goddammit? There they are. Oh, I've got 10 in my box. I assumed that they would be next to my smoke bombs and my farcasters and such, but apparently not. Where the hell are they? Let us find out. Trying to scan. Where the fuck are they? Smoke bomb, farcasters, poison, smoke bombs. Where are the deodorants? Here they are. Fuck, I'm blind. Okay. I'm not literally blind. I can see what I'm doing in the game. I guess you could say I'm hard of seeing. Hard of seeing. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you can practice through watching my videos. One good thing about the way in which I speak, is that it's easier for people to understand what I say if they don't speak English well. A strong accent, no matter what accent it is, whether it's Australian or a Brummy accent, very hard to understand because it's such a... and the way they speak is not clear, really. It's the whole idea of an accent. Even if I listen to a heavy Scottish, really heavy Scottish accent, it does not sound like English. It doesn't. It's like they're speaking Scottish Gaelic. I just don't know what the fuck they're saying. It's incredible. Now, a light or even mid-level Scottish accent I can understand, but a heavy Scottish accent, and if you've heard one, you know what I'm talking about. It's impossible to fucking understand. It's incredible. Irish as well. If you search on YouTube, Irish farmer, wow, that's not English. It's something else. But, yeah, Irish Gaelic, I guess. Of course, I've got Manx blood in me, that's why I wear the Manx Triskelion. My family goes back quite far, so really I should be sitting here speaking in Manx Gaelic, but I suppose not. What the hell am I looking for? I'm looking for something. This guy's like, what are you doing? Well, that's right, I was going to top up my life powders. I don't really need to do that. Alright, let's go. I apologise for making you wait for so damn long. He's doing a pointing gesture. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, we could do that, Chubby. Strong Manchester accent is also very strong. And I would say that is also comparable in certain ways to the Australian accent. I think Potato and Chubby are both in the UK. Or maybe Chubby's in America, I don't remember now. But I know Potato's in the UK. I guess, I don't even remember where Steel Uragan starts. I think it's over here. I'm gonna take a guess and assume he's over here. Alright. Area 5. Yep, I was correct. Because I'm pretty sure Uragan only starts in Area 6, what I remember to be Area 6, in Portable Third. I don't know why they decided to change it, but I guess they wanted to switch it up a little bit, you know. Alright. I'm hoping ice is the weak point. If it's not, then I'm being an idiot. Ooh, I just narrowly avoided a Rhinopolis there. Thank God for that. Whoa! Couldn't really avoid that. I'll be doing a bit more damage here thanks to attack up large and attack boost bonus, but I would prefer not to two-man a monster with a guy using a hunting horn. He is elementally effective. I do believe that Uragan in his steel subspecies is still weak to dragon, but he might even be primarily weak to dragon, to be honest, but here I am with ice. I believe ice is his secondary, or primary, one of the two. Melody durations extended. I believe you have to do that before playing the song, but I could be wrong. Might just update it. I do wonder these things. You can see, oh, you've put down a trap. I'll aim for the hands, that is the face or neck. You want the hands, that is the weak point. Now, in try to get the round slash, you actually had to press plus on your controller. It was ridiculous, so stupid. That's how it was. I do not need a shield anymore. I have high gradient bugs, come on, Doomlink. This, however, I would like to shield. They increased the shockwave range of the chin slam in this game. I believe in Try and Portable Third it was about the same, not too bad. Had quite a bit of reach, but in this game they made it crazy. It reaches so far. Now I would have, where I would have been in range even if I were playing Trial Portable Third, but okay, now I can aim for the face, because it's a good point. It has been broken. I don't know if it is an elemental weak point, but it is at the very least a physical weak point, so... Now I don't have to worry about accidentally hitting the chin, and also when it is broken, it's easier to hit through. You don't need as high of a sharpness level in order to hit through it. Yeah, it is very, very smooth, very comfortable, and interestingly enough, it's about as smooth in second generation, but it's it doesn't do any damage, so I wouldn't recommend using it. Even if it feels nice, don't use it in second gen. Don't do it. But yeah, I will show you my guild card, and I'll show you just how many more sword and shield uses I have as opposed to everything else. I definitely have a lot more sword and shield uses, because it's such a fun weapon type to use, really. Oop, just got off target there, but again, so easy to reposition, so easy. Oop. Again, this is high rank, so I'm not going to be taking too much damage, and as well as that, we'll be killing him relatively quickly. Okay. Which I guess puts into perspective how silly it was that I was taking issue with the idea of two-manning a monster with a hunting horn guy if we're doing high rank. Even then, I'm a little pissed. But it is what it is, I guess. If you think the way that I move the camera is a little strange, it's just because of how the... I hate it when people name themselves Hunter in Monster Hunter. This guy is named Hunter. But, oh, I can't see anything. What the fuck? Okay. But, what was I saying? I was saying something about... yeah, the movement of the camera is really awkward in the way that I do it because of just how the camera works. It's almost delayed and it's very bizarre. Until you've done it yourself, until you've played Tri or 3 Ultimate, you don't really know. But it's the way it is. You sort of have to make micro adjustments and try not to go too far. It's a little weird. It's comfortable for me because I played so much Tri, but yeah, it's a little weird. Basically, I suppose how it works is that it's actually delayed. It will move a little after you move it, and will continue moving after you've stopped. So, for that reason you end up making micro adjustments. I always run in the center here just because I like to get to him faster. Yeah, Freedom Unite is where I started as well. That was my first proper Monster Hunter. I started watching Monster Hunter videos in the first gen days, but... well, technically not in the first gen days, but I was watching first gen recordings, you know, things like Lance headlocking a Rathalos and things of that nature. That's probably one of the first videos that I ever watched of Monster Hunter. There was a guy in the original desert of first generation headlocking a Rathalos with a Lance. I don't know if it was in Freedom or in Monster Hunter 1, one of the two. But that was really cool. And I really wanted to play Monster Hunter at that point. Freedom 2 was out. But Freedom Unite was coming a little later. And I decided to wait for Freedom Unite, and I eventually got it. Not too long after release. And I played it. And had a lot of fun. Well, actually, not initially. At first it was utterly miserable and I got my ass completely handed to me by the game. But it did eventually translate into enjoyment. And what it came down to was eventually it clicked. Not entirely, but enough for me to actually succeed to some degree. And once it did click in that way, I started to enjoy myself because I could see that I was making progress in the way that I was playing. I was now more effective with my hunting. I swear to God, I was using a hunting horn fighting Tigrex. It was quite an experience. I was doing pretty much only super pounds with it, and it was just, I mean, it took a while, but I got it done. I was also using Gunlance. Gunlance and hunting horn. It was a rough time, but that's what I did. Wow, I barely have any high rank Uragan stuff. Anyway. Okay. So I'm actually going to take a brief trip to the bathroom. And I'll be back in about a minute or two. I'm back. What has defuel posted? Let's have a look. Duramboros, well, very well. Yeah, the dual Tigrex, that was utterly miserable, I remember that. Utterly miserable. Terrible experience. I almost don't even want to remember it. And you're right in that it was Hunter rank 6. I believe it was the Urgent into the second level of high rank, I believe. In other words, the first high rank Urgent. That's my memory of it. Or was it into G rank? Maybe it was the Urgent into G rank. I can't remember now. Hello, Justin. Welcome. What the hell are we doing? Duramboros? Let's go with a bowgun. Oh no, we could go with a bow. How about that? Where's my fire pierce bow? I don't even know what that is. Let's try to remember. Fire pierce, fire pierce. You don't shoot pierce, do you? You do at level 2, but I don't want level 2. Fire. Here we go. Gigantomachy. Gigantomachy, that's my normal. Do I have a pierce fire bow? It's not looking like I do. Huh, that's a shame. I guess I haven't made all of my bows. I mean, I know that I haven't, but it's a bit of a shame. Well, that's balls, isn't it? I really can't use this? I mean, I can, but I don't want to. Well, we could go spread, but I don't want to. Boo-hoo. What should I do then? I do want to go bow, though. Okay, we'll go spread. Do you like my pants? I very much like my pants. I finally got a decent pair of pants. Alright. Catch you later, Michelle Zander. I don't know if it's Michelle or Mikel or I don't know. It's liking the double L, so maybe it's not Michelle, but it might be Mikel. I don't know. Probably Mikel. Yeah, Mikel. Probably Mikel. Anyway. 3 Ultimate is always worth playing because it will always be the best monster in the game. There you go. There you go. There's your answer. In terms of how many people you can play with online, there are enough people. Maybe not at all times, but... Actually, I need spread coatings. Let's get them. Spread coatings? Close range coatings for use with spread. That's what I meant to say. There you go. Yeah, not on the 3DS. Let's make that clear. So, not everyone has a Wii U, obviously. I literally bought a Wii U in 2013 for this game. Fact. One of many consoles that I bought for Monster Hunter. I bought a PSP for Monster Hunter, I bought a 3DS XL for Monster Hunter, I bought a Wii U for Monster Hunter, and I bought a PS4 for Monster Hunter. It's a bit sad, isn't it? But that's what this series is for me. Mikael, okay. Just caught me because obviously it's not an English name, so yeah, Mikael sounds about right. So I will try to get the hump when I can. Yeah, that should be dealing damage to the hump. Not too bad. I would prefer Pierce, obviously, that's what I was trying to do, but yeah. So what you're seeing here is traditional bow. This is almost entirely unchanged from second generation. The only difference is that we have arc shot. That is the only real difference here. outside of that, operates in the same way as 2nd gen, keeping in mind that bow is a 2nd generation weapon type, first appeared in 2 DOS. I'm shocked that I did not get hit by that. Excellent. I'm a bit too close there, let's go back a little. Excellent. Excellent. Of course, the tail and the hump are the weak points of the monster, which is one of the reasons why, for a lot of people, this monster takes a long time. It's because they think a weak point is going to be the hands or the face. No, not with this monster. He does have a lot of health. I will give you that. But one of the reasons why it does take a long time to kill is because people aren't hitting his weak points. Yeah, 4 Ultimate was decent, but I wish people didn't start with the 3DS games, because it causes them to... They don't realise what they're missing, you know. When it comes to a stationary console Monster Hunter experience, they've become used to limited communication, and ultimately that results in... Thanks, Podge. Yeah, I haven't... well, Chubby and Podge are the same person, but... yeah, I don't really keep track of the number of people that tune in live, but thanks for letting me know. What was I saying? Something about... Oh yeah, that's right. Because 4 Ultimate was on a 3DS, people get used to... I'm going the wrong way. People get used to limited communication. They shouldn't be okay with limited communication. It's a shame. And again, they wouldn't get away with it in a game like Generations Ultimate if more people knew what they were missing. But unfortunately, it's not something people value anymore. Which is a real shame. Yeah. Lovely Duran humps. Reminds me of the Monster Hunter podcast back in the day. And I think Nick said that Duramboros' milkshake comes out in reference to that song. Yeah, I get notifications of Discord on my laptop as well. Alright. I think the humps, yeah, humps are still going. Thought they were broken for a second. I was thinking, I don't think the hunting horn guy can hit the humps. I don't think he has that kind of reach. Oh. So at this point I'm really just going for DPS. I realise that not all of my shots are making contact, but trying to hit as often as possible. Again, my preference is Pierce with Duramboros, but mainly because Duramboros has a weak point that can actually get max damage through the whole Pierce. In other words, it's a large weak point, so instead of getting only the first few hits of a pierce through the weak point, you're getting the whole piercing shot through the weak point. Can you get up? My character's like, I can't get up. I'm in pain. Well, guess what? We all have things we have to deal with in life. Yeah, that's right, Hirion Monk. In fact, my first impression of that monster when he was first revealed in the trailer, I've not played that game, but my first impression was, oh, Ice Duramboros, okay. The Japanese name of this monster is Dobo Ruberuku. Everyone used to call him Dobo back in the horrible third days because there was no official translation for his name. I'm gonna aim for the tail this time. There we go. Knocked off the tail case. Look out for that tail. Oh, I don't know how that didn't hit me. Whatever. Whatever works. Can we break that milkshake? Yeah. The milk is flowing, ladies and gentlemen. The milk is flowing. That's what I like to see. Yeah, that's right. If you're a Japanese player, then it's a different sort of thing. Your communication is Well, I suppose if you're playing on the train or on the bus or something like that, there isn't much communication, you know, but definitely, all I ask for is that with a game like Generations Ultimate, which can be played either portably or at home, they bring ease of communication into the fold. Now, the thing is with ease of communication is that it's not hard to achieve. There should be an on-screen keyboard option. Now, not everyone's going to take that, but in a situation where something needs to be communicated in a hunt that is specific, even though you're bringing up this on-screen keyboard that is blocking all of the hunt, it's better to have that option to quickly type something specific than not have the option at all. Really. I'm not asking that you plug a USB keyboard into your, you know, portable Switch or your 3DS. You don't need to do that, it's just the option that I look for. I don't think it should be one or the other, pre-typed messages or keyboard, because check this out. See my shoutouts here? I have shoutouts. But, not many, but I have some. But you know, there really should be an option for free communication no matter what. I'm not very hyped for Monster Hunter Rise, but I'm glad you are. I'm glad someone is. Someone has to be. Ow. I will heal on up. Just as well we're doing high rank levels or high rank level monsters, because if I'm two-manning with a hunting horn guy and I'm using a bow, it's a bit of a sad situation. Damage-wise. Also, Arcshot very good for Duramboros because his weak point is on his back. Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, maybe I would have been doing more damage that way, now that I think about it. I didn't even consider that. Because again, spread was not my first choice. But I don't have a fire pierce bow for some fucking reason. Because I didn't really like World Monk, and by the looks of it, Rise is basically World but on Switch, and with a superficial, I guess, Japanese look. I say superficial in the sense that Capcom talked about appealing to the Japanese community again, because obviously Japan didn't like World so much, so what did they do? They make a Japanese-looking game. Like, what a half-assed attempt at appealing to the Japanese audience. So pathetic, really. It's actually an insult, but, yeah. It's looking like World on the Switch to me. So I might not like it. I might like it. It's possible, but we'll see what happens. And again, yeah, it's about removing the feature. If it was a feature that was there, why remove it? In terms of keyboard functionality, where the hell? Did you just go there? Yeah, you did. What's your deal, Duramboros? I can't believe this thing's not dead to start with. Is he still using oh, I think I know what yeah, he's using a dragon hunting horn. So he was elementally effective in the last hunt, but not this hunt. That's a little frustrating. Oh well. That's what I'm stuck with. But yeah, well, I mean, I can talk about World forever, but it's not a good direction for the Monster Hunter series to go in. That's the idea. It's not Monster Hunter anymore. Look, it's sort of like a Monster Hunter knockoff in a sad way. And I'm just scared that Rise is going to be the same. There's definitely no point getting hyped over something that you might not enjoy. It's better to just remain neutral and hope a little bit that it's going to turn out well, but expectation is where disappointment follows. Oh. One of the things that I don't like about Rise is the need for a gimmick. Why do we need the wire bug in combat? I think the wire bug is great for getting around, I would love that. But why we need it in combat, I don't know. Monster Hunter is fun in combat already, without needing to swing around the place with a fucking wire bug. Every single iteration, they need to bring some gimmick on board, and it's not necessary. It's never been necessary. But it seems to be... They seem to think it's necessary, so... That's the way it has to be. Can you please die or something? Oh yeah, that's right, it's Duramboros, he has a shitload of health. I keep forgetting. Bloody Durambros. Oh, got a phone notification. Oh, it might be time for a pitfall trap. Here's hoping that we do not have this guy leave the area before I can get my pitfall trap down. Come on. Alright, it's time. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Come on, baby. Get that pitfall. He's in perfect position, perfect position. Yeah! Let's do it. He's going to be in here for a while. I'm just going to go for hip shot fire. Oh, that is beautiful. Couldn't get any better than that. Nice work. I shit talk to your lack of elemental effectiveness, but guess what? You're pulling your weight. At least for now. At least for now. Very good. Now again, I do not have too many pitfall traps. Oh, beautiful. Nice work. Nice work. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Rise. I really don't know. Plesioth is not my lord and savior, actually. Looks like... oh no. Jenny found my Battlefield 4 video and said, Doomlink playing Battlefield 4. I guess just to be utterly shocked. Or to express utter shock in the fact that I'm playing it. Yeah, that's right. It was a long time ago, though. Well, I guess 3 years isn't that long. I don't need your shelves. Yeah, Plesioth, not a nice monster. Although, this is... the game I'm playing right here is the only game where you can fight Plesioth underwater. Did you know that? And let me tell you, if you don't like Plesioth on land, he's a lot worse underwater. Let me say that. Although I would say that that does not apply if we're comparing this experience to Freedom Unite. I would say fighting Plesioth on land in Freedom Unite is pretty damn awful, except, even if we don't take... that might not be entirely true, because while the hip checks are terrible in Freedom Unite, there is a very easy way to cheese a Plesioth on land, and that is to just stand directly in front of him at an appropriate distance, and he will basically endlessly shoot water beams at you. So, what I tend to do with Plesioth is I will get an auto-reload heavy bowgun with fire shots. Auto-reload as in the skill that allows you to shoot endlessly without needing to reload your shots. And I will stand at a distance and shoot, well, not just fire, but also thunder. Thunder and fire. I'll start with thunder and then proceed to fire once I've used all my thunder. But I just shit on him, and he's dead, because he can't do anything. He just stands there and keeps shooting his water beams. Occasionally he will jump forward, but I have evade extender. So, it's pretty good. 23. So you were right. Good guess. Now, I don't know if I'm willing to actually wait for this guy. I'm really not sure. But... I'm thinking at this point, there might be other rooms for me to join. I feel bad for not communicating with these people, but it's annoying to pick my keyboard up off the ground, so... G hunts. Why can't you just join the room that we're in? Like, why would you not... Why are these people making individual rooms? We can all play together. Did you realise that? Okay, I'll join this guy. Fuck me. Fuck me. But yeah, I was, I can talk about things from as far back as 15 years ago quite comfortably for the reason that I've always been very... well, I've always been very aware, and... I mean, I wasn't a normal kid growing up. I was the kid who had, you know, 18-year-old friends and such, so... And I've always been interested in the past as well, so... You know, you absorb a lot of information. I mean, some people at my age don't know what the fuck was going on 15 years ago, but I do, so... That's the reason why I probably talk about things that people my age normally wouldn't. But anyway. Duran tailbone. I still want the mulberries. I can put away that stuff. There we go. Alrighty. You just want us to post, clearly. That is an interesting set. Why would you... Why? That's not a generic questing armor set, surely. But I guess you want to see what quest is going to be posted. Okay. Okay, I will try to make the hunts as good as possible, Chabby. I'll do what I can. I mean, this guy probably has something that he wants to do. Sniper shot. That looks like a medium bowgun from Try, actually. Sniper shot. Very interesting. Look at it. Okay, what are you posting? Wait, what is your hunter rank? 6? Shit. Well, it's not going to be that exciting. I hope you can forgive me. Just post the fucking quest. You have other things to change into? Surely not. Surely not. Just post. My god. Don't be shy. I'm huntering 300 and... Well, hold on. I'm huntering 370. He's 442. Just post something, please. You've got an open invitation to post whatever the fuck you want, you walk out. Hello? Hello? What is wrong with people? Seriously. Some people should be studied by scientists to determine, like, where their stupidity originates from, because it's pretty fucking incredible. Anyway, what should we do? That could be fun. Triple threat. No, I think we did that recently, didn't we? Let's do Cloudless... Oh, I don't really want to do Cloudless Thunder. I do a lot of Zenogre in Portable Third, because everyone wants to hunt Zenogre in Portable Third. How about that? That looks like fun. White Noise. I would use a raw set for that. And we'll wait for a third, if possible. See what we can do. Yeah, okay. Sarah Symmetry. I didn't get to use it before. Let's do it. Or King Atalat Sword. That weapon is just so overused in Freedom Unite, but for good reason. It's a very good weapon. Less people use the, well, those who want something that looks a little cooler but is slightly less effective, use the Shen Gaoden Greatsword. Which I do enjoy, actually. Here we go. So this is going to be Great Baggy, Glacial Agnoctor, and Stygian Zenogre. Now, Stygian Zenogre is unique to this game. Well, not actually. He's in World, apparently. Which I've never seen him in World, but I don't care. He first appeared in this game, so he is a 3 ultimate subspecies to me. Actually, Stygian is also in 4 ultimates. Ignore what I'm saying. I guess what I really meant to say was that he first appeared in this game. Well, that's the way Sword and Shield probably should be, I guess. Oh, you're back. Rasta Tattoo. Weird name. I guess he's one of those people who... I'm going to guess he's probably one of those people who romanticizes the whole Jamaican culture. Because Rasta, and then, I don't know, could always be wrong, could be way off the mark, but that's what I get from it. That's a bit weird, Potato. Ah, that's the... I use a very similar set to this guy for my Awakened Greatsword by the looks of it. Oh, he just uses full laggy. Maybe I also use full laggy, it's possible. Looks like pretty much the same set. Hello, half sack. Half sack? Why are you half a sack and not a full sack? What kind of sack is it? I do wonder these things. What are you doing, half sack? This guy. Nice set! Wow. Consider me impressed. Half-sack, what's going on? That's not where you join a quest. You're hunter rank 101, and you're going to the quest giver to accept the quest. Goodness me. Oh, I haven't eaten. Let's do that. That might help. I hear that eating for a quest does help. Occasionally. Carver high. As you can tell, I always go for attack up large. In this game, anyway. Alright. Inventory. We can put away deodorant. Don't need that. And all this Urugan stuff. That's making sure, of course, that we don't create any extra stacks. Looks like we haven't done that. Alright. Yeah, it does, actually. That might have been why I attracted him. He realised that there was a fellow male genitalia obsessed Monster Hunter player in the vicinity. Although he has made the sensible decision of, well, it wouldn't necessarily be a sensible decision to change his element because Thunder is good against Stygian, but looks like he wants something that will work against all fights as opposed to 1 out of 3. He's got full Bracky. Full Bracky. Better skills at least. Although Adrenaline +1 is a little bit, not great. Of course, Adrenaline +1 does not give you the attack boost, it just gives you the defense boost at low health. Which is basically... Oh. Well, I was thinking it was something Monster Hunter related, but actually I was thinking of the blue Deerstone ring from Dark Souls. So, just get... over there. Does he look confused to you? I guess it's because he's got half a sack and not a full sack. Anyway. I do like that gun though, it's clearly, I mean look at the thing. It's a medium bow gun from Tri. Can be slung over the shoulder and it's very long. Alright, we're ready to go. Let's do this. This is our it feels like this is our first proper hunt. G rank level, multi-monster. I've got no idea what Ruster's gonna do. Here's hoping he doesn't die 3 times. Just cross our fingers with that one. We'll see what happens. But I'm feeling good. This is a good hunt. Half sack, for fuck's sake! What's your problem? This guy has issues, I'm telling you. It's because he has half a sack as opposed to a full sack. What is his problem? If you didn't see... Oh, he fucking disconnected. I see. That's what happens when you've got half a sack. I'm doing draw attacks because this guy's moving around a lot. So expect draw attacks. And combo greatsword. But of course, well, it's nice of you, so here we go. I can charge now. Well, I probably could have done level 3 even, but... didn't hit on my screen, but you never know. Might have gotten lag compensation for that. See this guy here, he doesn't know how to use a greatsword. Basically, the way you use greatsword is you don't greed for level 3 charges when you're clearly not going to get them off. Because then your DPS is just shit. Well, I shouldn't be judging him. He might play perfectly fine, he's just not doing well at the moment. It's always possible. So you will notice that my my critical draw does not give me 100% affinity because I've actually got -20 on this particular sword. So therefore there's a 20% chance that my critical draw will not proc. RIP half sack, didn't have the balls to continue. That's right. No balls. Well, he might have some balls, just insufficient balls. Regrettable for him. He might not have been born with that condition. He might have had his balls forcefully removed. Which would be even more of a tragic circumstance, really. Oh. Can we get the turnaround? Yes, we can. Right on the face. That's what I was hoping for. Of course, that would only happen in the event that he decided to look at me, but... oh, I think I can get the full charge. Come on, baby. Yeah. Oh, you can stop flinching me now. It looked like I was standing there doing nothing, but actually I was pressing the charge button. And each time, he would hit me right at the moment I'd press the button. So that was a little annoying, to be fair. Or to be sure. I will do that, Podge. I don't know if I would get an email for it. I would assume that I would. No, don't. No apologies, Podge, seriously. Or Chubby, I don't know what to call you. I never know what to call you. Nothing to apologise about. Any amount is greatly appreciated. Because again, I don't make videos with the thought of receiving money, so any amount is very nice. Alrighty. There we go. That is a dead great baggie, and I kind of would have liked for that to have been much faster. I don't think I've used any Mega Potions, have I? Oh, I must have used one. My guess is that I used one. I'd like to see, just for reference, if I got an email notification. Let's take a bit of a look. Yes. Thank you very much. That is a donation of $10 Australian from Chubby. Thank you very much. You are my very first donator ever. Ever, ever, ever. So thank you for that. Much appreciated. Let's go and pick up this shiny. Nothing very interesting. Nothing very interesting at all. But, because, you know, what are we going to get? Some scale from a baggie? Really? But we did get a actually, no. We can only get Mega Potions, even from things like shinies. Okay. Well, that might actually be quite good. What this means is that we probably want to focus on using Mega Potions because we will get them back. Sorry, I'm being stupid. Agnactor spawns there. I had completely forgotten what the next monster would be. I had Stygian in my head and I was thinking, he's not going to be spawning here, but no, we are going with Glacial. Greatsword hip check in world? I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean the roll slap? As in, you do a roll and press X, and then... Because that's a 4th gen thing. I'm just not too sure what you mean about hip check with a greatsword. Unless you mean true charge, which, if that's what you're asking, like where you do the big swing where your whole body swings forward. Oh god, it's Geordie, the great Kelpie Deershot user. I hate True Charge. I think True Charge ruined the Greatsword completely. Some people greed for it, which, to my knowledge, is the best way to deal heavy damage with the Greatsword, which is terrible. I mean, it shouldn't be that way. But, you know. You're about to die. Well, he's not actually about to die. I just mean to say you're about to be hit. And for some reason that, in my mind, equated to you're about to die. Which, incidentally, hitting him and killing him are two very different things. Geordie has left. Why does no one understand what it means when it says on quest? Does that mean nothing to these people? It should be in their native language in the game that they're playing. Seriously. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but these people might need to learn how to play the game. Because they keep joining and then leaving. You've got to be kidding me. That's unbelievable. So, the hit that I took before was really silly. He just happened to go right in my direction. I almost sent myself in the direction of his attack. And then the follow-up to that ended up killing me really was unfortunate. A truly unfortunate circumstance. So, yeah, that's really concerning. I'm worried that we're going to fail this quest. Because we've got this Glacial to kill, and then we've got Stygian Zenoga. The reason why I'm afraid is because Rasta is using Like, this is a G rank quest that we're on now. And he's actually got low rank armor, or armor pieces. So, well, just you thinking it obviously jinxed it. Chubby, really. The body slam. Oh, that thing! Yes, yes, I do remember that. Interesting. I think calling it a hip check is fair. But I hadn't even thought of it. I think it's kind of cool. I don't mind it too much at all. It's just an interesting... The thing is, it leads into True Charge. That's the problem with it. Like, if True Charge didn't exist, I would like it, but... I'm kind of stuck. I was going to take the hit. Oh, Arthur has visited the port, only to leave as well. Immediately, most likely. I mean, what is wrong with these people? Just check... Hello. I mean, I'd like to say hello, but my keyboard is on the ground and I'm playing the game. We need to try and succeed. Old Scarface said hello. He took a hit to say hello to this guy, who's probably going to leave anyway. You watch. You fucking watch. These people, I mean, it's incredible. There's no one playing and they still don't want to wait for someone to return from a quest. Kind of crazy to me. Oh, reading the chat and getting hit stupidly. Well, I'm just worried about Ruster because I feel like he's just going to die if he engages the Stygian Zynoga. So in other words, we're going to take the time to try and kill the Glaciolacnactor only to end up... Ooh! Because I was bouncing off his fucking arm, I ended up in range of his fucking laser. Or ice beam, we'll call it. But, yeah, we're going to end up killing the Glaciolacnactor only to fail going up against the Stygian. And the alternative would be Scarface and Ice soloing the Stygian, because it looks like Ruster doesn't want to engage the Glacial. You don't want to engage Glaciolacnactor. What about Stygian? Yeah, there are no subspecies in Generations Ultimate except for Gold and Silver. And the reason why, and also the Fatalis subspecies, the reason being that they have deviants. Deviants were designed to replace subspecies. And it would be great if the deviants didn't have the Deviant Quest system. The Deviant Quest system really sucks. A lot. Because it's just not... it's not fun. It really, really sucks. It actually makes the quests more boring than regular quests, because you have to do them repeatedly to level them up. And then if you're doing it with friends, you have to do their quests as well. It's terrible. It's really, really boring and awful. Terrible. It might be alright in theory. Might be alright. But in practice, it's a terrible experience. The monsters themselves are great. Deviant monsters are really just subspecies, but with more intelligent design. But in the sense that more effort is put into their design, and that they're very nicely designed, generally. But the quest system around them basically mitigates any positive aspect to the design of those monsters. Because I don't want to fucking fight them. Yeah. Well, I think everyone would agree that the Deviant Quest system really sucks, but the monsters themselves are fine. And it's a shame, really, because if everyone is in agreement with that fact, then it means they fucked up. And I suppose deviants are just going to be another thing that will be in the past and not return. It might return in some way, but, you know. A lot of people don't like hyper monsters either, you know. I don't mind hyper monsters. Why are they going up there? Stygian starts here, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Scarface should know, but I was quite sure that Stygian started here. One killed in EX would be nice. Yeah, I think EX should be locked behind Hunter Rank 100, and if you have killed a deviant before, then when you hit Hunter Rank 100, you gain access to all the deviants you've killed before. That would make sense. Here we go. What are they doing? Yes, they don't want to hunt the monster. Well, here I am, stuck, soloing a Stygian Zynoga. Of course, against a monster like this, I would like to have elemental effectiveness, but I chose to be effective against all monsters, so here I am. Hopefully I don't get hit out of this. Ah! Fuck. Again, I don't have to worry about... Well, not again. I guess it's again because I was talking about not being elementally effective, but yeah, I don't have to worry about Dragon Blight taking away my element. By the way, Dragon Blight, I prefer the original Dragon Blight from Tri, keeping in mind that Blights were first introduced in Tri as a third generation feature. Dragon Blight in Tri actually took away... Well, it didn't take away your element, it instead gave you negative 30 affinity. And not as in flat negative 30, no matter what your affinity it will be negative 30. My meaning is that it reduces your affinity by 30%. So, yeah. That, in my opinion, is better. In Portable Third they changed it to what it is here. I don't even have Nullberries, so it's just as well that I don't need to use them. Just as well. Oh, look out. Oh, I thought I was going to avoid that. I'm really scared. Okay, we are two-manning this thing well and truly, because Rasta knows what the situation is. And you know what? It's going to take longer, but at least we'll succeed, I guess. I wish it didn't have to be this way. I guess I really need to pay attention to how I'm playing. I need to ensure that I'm actually getting good DPS and doing as much damage as I can. Let's try to get in there. Come on, get a level 3. I'm getting pushed around by the tail. I got pushed off target by the tail's movements. Really annoying. I'll keep away from this. I'm not doing well for stamina because I do not have stamina regenerating items right now. Really annoying. I do not have an ancient potion, I don't think. This is dangerous, but I just want to get the damage off. Oh my god, did you guys see that? The tail actually shielded me, which is good. Alright, get in there. I settled for a level 1 in the interest of actually getting the hit, as opposed to not getting anything. I cancelled the charge because I knew it was off target. Letting him do this, and then going in for the tail, because that is slightly out of his outward range of that particular attack. We are now out of enraged, which means that we have a good opportunity to basically shoot on him. Don't know about that fire weapon against a fucking Stygian, which is a real problem, but fortunately, because it's an awakened weapon, it's mostly balanced around raw damage, so he'll be doing good raw, not as good of a raw output as myself, but he'll be doing alright. It's not like it's purely focused on element, that's the idea. I would like to pick up that shiny for that, oh, I need a hot drink. Stay out of here, Rasta. Seriously, do you want to fuck up the quest? I could tell him, but I don't want to stop him from playing. It's his right to play if he feels that he needs to, or feels that he wants to. So, like, us failing this quest isn't such a terrible prospect that I'm going to stop him from playing, that's the idea. It's not going to really ruin everything. Alright, let's get that shiny. I want to make a potion. So I'm running low. I don't know if you hearing mixed reviews about 4 Ultimate relates in any way to what I've said about it, but if you do want my opinion, my honest opinion about 4 Ultimate, it is an absolutely worthy iteration in the series, and most people, myself included, would agree that it is generally better than Generations Ultimate. Generally better. And that's taking into consideration the fact that Generations Ultimate has more content. For Ultimate, there's something about it. It's just, it feels right, and the biggest drawback with it is the Guild Quest endgame. If it weren't for the Guild Quest endgame, it would smash Generations Ultimate. Oh, Scarface, shit. I bet he's really beating himself up over that one. That's the way it is. Well, that's okay, really, because it means that each of us died once, so we all equally contributed to failure, which is a shame, but, yeah. Oh well. Of course, content-wise, Generations Ultimate has more than 4 Ultimate, but Yeah, and of course much of Generations Ultimate's content is what you can already find in 4 Ultimate. Most of what 4 Ultimate has that Generations Ultimate doesn't relates to subspecies and specific Elder Dragons such as Dalamadur, Gogmazios, and I think that's about it. There are other monsters that are also unique, but I don't think they're Elder Dragons anyway. Can't think of any. Not off the top of my head. You can't believe that quest failed. I'm sorry. Arthur is here. Has he been waiting the whole time? Oh, good on him. Good on you, Arthur. Someone with a brain. Someone with a brain who actually waits for us to return. He's got the full golden loon set. What are we doing? What are we doing? Should I post? I don't know if... Look, I don't know if Rasta wants anything because he came last time and he just left. Even though he had a free invitation to post whatever he wanted. I'm going to ask Arthur if he wants anything. I'm going to get my keyboard. Shock horror, I'm going to type to people. Okay. Big shout out for our friend Arthur. Yes, someone who's... He doesn't need anything. I'm just going to assume that Rasta doesn't need anything for the reason that he came last time. There were only 2 of us besides him and he just left. So, he didn't take his opportunity when he had it, so he can, I don't know, not have an opportunity, I suppose. We could do cruise control. Yes, of course, Chubby. You taking a brief moment away from the stream is not going to bother me at all. Let's do triple threat. Triple threat. We can do Plesioth. This is great. This is great. Actually, it might even be green Plesioth. I didn't see, but let's fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. We're going to need raw damage again. In terms of what we could use... Just take your PC. Oh dear. But this is a great opportunity, guys, because what I can actually do is demonstrate the only game, or rather, I can demonstrate underwater Plesioth combat, which only exists in this game. You cannot see it anywhere else. So, what is the best set for me to use? Or rather, the best weapon, and therefore the best set. Fire. We need fire. So, y'all. I hate people who say y'all. You all. Just say you all. Christ. Stop sounding like a hillbilly. Anyway, I do have Pierce Heavy Bowgun. I'll bring it if you request it. If you all have, not if y'all got your, I can't even say it. It's, why not spam Illuminator? Oh Christ, who cares? Look, I'm just bringing Pierce. Let's do it. Triple threat. Let's do it. I hope we get to fight him underwater, because generally the best way to fight Plesioth is to fish him out and then shit on him on land. Which I wouldn't want to do, but just because I would like to show you guys the way Plesioth moves underwater, but... Anyway, we'll see. No, I just mean that the only way you can see him move underwater and actually fight him underwater is in this game. Because this is the only game that has underwater combat that actually has Plesioth in it. I don't know what the... What?! What?! This guy's huntering 440, and he doesn't know what the Illuminator is. Whoa! Whoa. What the fuck? Do you guys realize that I am 1,000 hours into this game and I have a lower hunt rank than this guy? Can we just keep that in mind? Because, you know. And also the Illuminator is the meta dragon light bowgun of the game. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me. But whatever. I've got my Pierce heavy by Ruster. Fuck you too, I guess. Toilet setups, yeah. Imagine that. I've got a computer just to use it on the toilet. Desktop setup. No, it's Scarface that doesn't know what the Illuminator is, and Scarface has been playing for in excess of 1,000 hours and doesn't know what the Illuminator is. It's very bizarre to me. I mean, I don't even care if he plays this game very rarely. So, yeah. Justin, you have like no delay. That's crazy. I've just noticed that you've got no delay. That's really weird to me. Because generally people have about a 15-second delay. You seem to be on a maximum 5-second delay. Which is great. But everyone else seems to be on a 15 to 20 seconds. So it's great. I'm happy. But yeah. I was thinking something was strange because the speed at which you react to what I talk about is almost like, is he predicting the future? But no, you must have a really low delay, which is good. If you're in Japan, I suppose that's the reason why, because we're pretty close geographically. So that's good, or at least closer than the distance between Australia and the US, or Australia and the UK, that's for sure. So that's probably what it comes down to. I need to make sure that I have what I need. I'm going to need some combination materials, most assuredly. I will get Pin Tuna and Bone Husk S, and Wyvern Fang, and Huskberry. No, Bird Wyvern Fang and Huskberry, sorry. Wherever it might be. Here we go, Bird Wyvern Fang. Where am I? Here we go. Bone Husk S and Huskberry. Here we go. What's your problem, Arthur? Christ! I'm hoping, not just guessing, but hoping that he disconnected. If he's really going to play this game. I mean, I'm setting up. Christ. Fucking Arthur. I mean, imagine what... He must have disconnected. There's no other explanation. He wouldn't sit there waiting for 5 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes, for us to finish that other quest, only to leave before we go on this one. It would be bizarre. Utterly bizarre. Anyway. We need to also buy Pierce level 3. Oh, you live in the Caribbean, I see. Well, that's still really fucking far. So I wonder why your delay is so reasonable, whereas everyone else has a huge delay. Weird. Maybe YouTube is based in the Caribbean. My stepmother was born in the Caribbean, but she was the daughter of a gendarme. So, yeah, don't kill me. Not related by blood. Not related by blood, only through association of marriage. People have no patience. Well, I don't know what's wrong with the guy. He had the patience to fucking wait before. But now he suddenly doesn't have the patience anymore. I don't fucking get it. Maybe he just really didn't want to 3-man the quest, which would be really bizarre. He seemed to have a good enough setup to just 3-man it. Hello, Lurpy. Welcome back, I guess. I think you arrived at the beginning of the stream before. Didn't you? I think you did. Ladies and gentlemen, Half Sack has returned. Oh, Half Sack. Fucking guy. I don't know if I want Half Sack in the fucking quest. Ashley? Did Arthur get a sex change and become Ashley? Like, what's going on? Hello, Ashley. Oh. Shakalaka cheer. I regret to say that this might not contribute to the hunt in any way. And I also regret to say that your weapon is a bit shit. More than a bit. Oh, Ashley. Apparently Ashley wants to talk through the Wii U gamepad. I am not going to be doing that. I could. There were times when I was playing this game while chatting to people through the Wii U gamepad. It was actually a pretty fun way to play it. What I would do was I would plug headphones into my Wii U gamepad through the headphone jack, and I would chat to people with the Wii U gamepad, and it was actually pretty good. This was back in the day when people actually played the game. But, yeah, it was perfectly fine. It was really terrible if you used the speakers of the Wii U gamepad, but if you use the headphone jack to have some decent headphones in, you could actually very clearly hear the other people talking, and it was a pretty good experience. I did that a lot. I remember I was playing with some weird American guy who had some funny stories to tell, but he was a crazy rapper, actually. He was really good at rapping. And he did some sort of speed rapping thing with some French guy who we were playing with, some random. And the French guy was listening in, and he thought it was hilarious, and it was quite interesting. But that guy told me a story about how he had a next door neighbor, a woman, who would climb onto her roof at 3 AM and start hammering. At 3 AM, with a hammer, just banging. I mean, we were talking about Bob the Builder next door where I am. Well, fuck me. Imagine having that woman next door. But yeah. I don't know, for whatever reason I stopped associating with him and his other friend that I played with, but... Half Sack is back, Justin. Big up sack of half. What? Anyway, yeah, Half Sack is back. I'm heading to... I mean, I'm going the long way because I'm stupid. I don't know what Scarface is doing. Scarface looks lost. I don't know why. We really should be fishing out Plesioth, but I don't want to. I don't want to do it. If I actually typed to these people and said, I want to fight Plesioth underwater, they would probably fall off their chairs because they'd be like, you want to fight him underwater? Half Sack! This guy. I'm sick of him. I can't I'm like, we could have actually kicked him and then got a third person in, but no. We get a guy who's got half of a sack, and consequently, he disconnects. Consequently. I would say there is a direct correlation between the fact that he's got only half of a sack and his lack of internet stability. So, you know. Let's get a frog. I'm reminded of a previous Doomlink's Life Hunts recording from about a year ago, where a guy tried to fish out a Plesioth with a worm. That is when I nearly shat. Okay, I nearly shat all over. It was quite an experience. Alright, come on, Plesioth. I'm assuming you're still here. If you're not, then that's great. We probably took too long to get here, you know. I think he's gone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Psycho Serum. Aha! Let's go fight him underwater. Let's do it. I'm ready. Yeah, he's not here. Let's go. They would probably rather wait. They would rather wait there for Plesioth to rotate into Area 10, which does happen. It's happening now. It's happening now. If I already pissed him off, alright. Let's get the fuck out. Because I don't want them to get pissed off, you know. They don't want to fight Plesioth underwater. Alright, Ashley's fishing him out. With a frog, I hope? With a frog, I hope. Is that a fucking worm? I think that's a fucking worm. That looks like a worm to me. That's a worm! I swear to God, it's a worm. Now let's just I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to see if Ashley's using a frog. Okay. Pretty sure. Pretty fucking sure that I'll be able to see. What's happening? Are you... Come on. Eat my frog. Do it. Ashley, for fuck's sake. It's your fault. I've decided that it's your fucking fault. I'm not fighting him on land. I don't want to. I'm fighting him underwater now. Let's do it. Underwater Plesioth fight. Let's go. I'm a bit out of range. Let's get in there. Why do I keep fighting these kinds of players? The last person, I swear to God, the last person that I fought a Plesioth with in this game was also trying to fish him out with a worm. You use your brain. That is the aerial Plesioth assault, by the way. The jump out of the water. I want to actually fight Plesioth properly, please. Here we go. Ah! That is terrible, by the way. That's Plesioth underwater for you. I can't believe this guy is going to hammer a Plesioth underwater, this poor guy. Are you still trying to fish him out, Ashley? You fucking imbecile. I'm sorry, but please. There are some things that fall under game sense and other things that fall under common sense. You have officially shown us that game sense is beyond you because common sense is already out of your reach. Ow. Alright, let's try not to die after shit talking Ashley. Come on. I don't believe that... Oh god, stop. At least I'm sufficiently... Ashley is still trying to fish out the monster. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. I'm lost for words. Okay. At least we'll be able to... Well, I demonstrated a little bit of underwater Plesioth. You were able to see it. We'll get out of there. Got a trap over there, if you insist. Ashley is a special kind of person. Oh, Jesus. Anyway. Reminds you of the first Devil May Cry. FPS underwater. Or, you know... first person camera. Just get in the trap, Plesioth, come on. Seriously. Don't you love the sound of third generation Pierce? Oh. Just sounds so good. Well, I should say Tri/3 Ultimate because Portable Third had a terrible Pierce sound. It was a non-existent Pierce sound. So satisfying. Nope. You sound like you're in pain, Plesioth. I'm sorry. Sorry, Chubby, I forgot to tell you what quests I'm doing. You were here when I told you the quest. It is, Green Plesioth, Green Nagakuga, and Ivory Laggy. That is the quest. I see that all the time in Generations Ultimate. People trying to shock trap Elder Dragons. It's shocking. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that, but it makes no fucking sense. Cap... Ladies and gentlemen. Cap? Cap? And a perfect response from Scarface. Point being that if we cared, we would have answered. Oh, Ashley. I mean, you might have been born with an extra chromosome, but really, you're not the only one. You're not the only one, because there are other people that I happen to play with who have issues, much like you. But, you know. Alright, come on. Calm the monster, I was pressing A. Uh-oh, it's getting dark. Of course, Piscine wyverns, or wyverns I should say, give you 4 calves as opposed to 3. Let's head up this way. It'll be faster to get to Green Naga Cougar, although I don't know where exactly he starts. Don't know if it's 5 or 7. Might be 7. I'm thinking 7. Yeah, of course, crazy players do offer good entertainment. That much is definitely true. So I will consider myself lucky. Well, that is the very rare underwater Plesioth experience. Not everyone gets to experience it. There's only one game you can do it in. Whip out the old gun. Shoot ourselves a Green Naga Cougar. Right. Need to be pretty careful with what we're doing here, because Green Naga Cougar is designed to very easily catch up to gunners at range. So, and as you can see, it's a bit dangerous. We've got a shock trap already, again. Straight into the shock trap. I mean, I'm guessing Ashley placed it. Just guessing. Who's hosting this one? Player 2. Am I? No, I'm player 2. I think. Yeah, I must be player 2. Well, this is being hosted by someone that is not doing so well. I'm actually going to use PS2 here, and then I'll combine for PS3 for Ivory. Oh, I'm way off target. Let's get on target, shall we? We've got Challenger +2 in effect currently. Oh, look at that host. Ashley, Christ. Has Ashley done anything so far other than fish a Plesioth out with a worm and ask if we're capturing? I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, can you imagine having Ashley and Half-Sack in a quest at the same time? Can you comprehend that level of just dysfunctional hunter energy? I can't. That's beyond my comprehension. Oh. Get back into critical distance with one single roll. I mean, getting into critical distance doesn't really help if I'm shooting off target anyway. Ugh, look at this jumpy host. Not nice. Alright. Thank you, Justin. Ugh. Excellent. Good flinch, gives me a reload opportunity. And we've got an exhausted Green Naga Cougar. He froze for a moment there. He was exhausted briefly. Whoop. Ah, very good. Very good. Let's get in a little closer. That is a dead Green Plesioth. Thanks for your help, Ashley. Look. Double bounce from Ashley on a dead monster. Just delightful. Just, oh. Absolutely golden, honestly. For fuck's sake. Okay. So with that, I will go and combine. I believe we can stand here. What? Do I not have what I need? I forgot pin tuner. Shit, I'm stupid. Okay. Well, I was actually talking about bringing pinned tuna and I totally forgot. I guess I was so focused on bringing wyvern fangs that I just forgot to get the pinned tuna. Green Naga Cougar is the same fucking monster. Exactly the same. The only difference is the elemental weakness. I believe green is weaker to fire, so basically you swap the primary and secondary elemental weakness. Naga Cougar is weakest to thunder, his secondary is fire, and then you swap that for green Naga Cougar. Fucking Ashley, man. I'm standing still and Ashley can't attack me. On target. Let that mean something. I'm just standing here, not moving anywhere, and Ashley cannot get a solid hit on me with a longsword. I mean, fuck me. I don't know if you're blackout drunk or just stupid, but... Anyway. Oh dear. And Ashley's headed off thinking that... food stuff. Okay. Someone named Food Stuff just entered the hall. Hello. I'm gonna try and say hi. Oh, that's B. Hi. No. I forget it. I give up. Come on, Ivory. Ashley, where are you going? Where does Ivory start? Is it in 9 or 10 or something like that? Let's have a look. Are you hunting? Ashley responded with a hello, and that will be in a different... Like, that'll be a different colour. So... It's fairly self-explanatory, Food Stuff. Because... See how you can see a little bit behind me in the chat? That it's sort of a pinkish colour? That means the person's in a different... They're either out of the quest or in the quest. Ashley, for what are you doing at... Ah! What is Ashley doing? Holy... Anyway. Let's go. Whatever, we'll just 2-man it. I'm happy to do that. Whatever works. Okay. And with that, we are now moving on to Pierce level 1, which we do have combination materials for. Ashley returned just to say nice armor. Why? Yes, you Food Stuff. This conversation is so brain dead, I'm shocked. I just don't even know what to say. Okay, so Ashley returns from the quest. Obviously would have physically walked up to Food Stuff, looked at his armor and would have said nice armor, and Food Stuff is like, me? No, of course. I mean, how could it be you, really? What are the chances? I've given up on Ashley, seriously. Ashley is, I wish Ashley were a rarity in this community, but she is not. She's not. There are people like this, really. And they don't even realise it. They don't even realise how crazy they are, that they're crazy. Keeping in mind that there is a difference between game sense and common sense. Keeping in mind that that is a thing. Are the other 2 guys done? Ugh. Well, let's try to not die in the process of typing this. Woohoo! That's a little dangerous. Okay, bye-bye. Fuck, you're all fucking stupid, you know. And I gotta go. Oh, there goes Scarface. Maybe he was typing too. I don't know. It's a stressful situation, that's all I can say. But we will kill this thing. Her parents gave up on her too, you never know. But at this rate, I mean, maybe she's just a kid, but why would a child have a Wii U? I mean, why? Because the Wii U came out a few years ago. A few. I feel like at this point they should have a Switch Lite or something. I couldn't say anything because I had my mouth full with whiskey. Anyway. Alrighty. But I was trying to express my concern for the fact that I was at risk of death. Well, perhaps not death, but at the very least at risk of harm and blah blah blah. There goes Ashley. Bye, Ashley. Thanks for hunting. Thanks for contributing nothing and then leaving mid-quest. Fuck me. Anyway. Just unbelievable, quite frankly. Just unbelievable. I should have said thanks for fishing out the Plesios. Oh. Goodness me. Goodness me. You can stop that, Laggy, you're scaring me. Oh, low sensitivity. This hunt is stressful, I'm getting stressed out. I'm both humoured and stressed simultaneously. Ugh, are you behind me? Yes, you are. Whatever. Laggy, whatever. He's not gonna last for too much longer, I hope. I hope. I can hope these things. Hey, just got the... Oh, stop that. Got the shell shocker, as I call it. Could call it the back. I call it the shell shocker because that is the name of the drop. That is the break name. What are you guys hunting? Laggy. Ah! I shouldn't have. Why did I type et alia? They're gonna think that that's a monster. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, Ryu has visited the hall. Okay. Why am I typing et alia? Anyway. Got our Pierce, that is a limping Laggy. Excellent. Well, I didn't really need to combine all those shots. But there you go, we got it done after 20 minutes. Yay! Well, I think we did really well considering we did a hunt with Ashley and Half Sack, okay? We basically I can't believe it. Half Sack is a meme in and of himself, but then Ashley, shockingly, surpasses the meme that which is Half Sack and steals the show as the #1 brainless hunter of the livestream. Shocking, really. Just shocking. Yeah. You know what? That should be a final hunt for me as well, because we're 3 hours and 20 minutes in. I think I've had my fun. I feel bad for Foodstuff, or Foodstuffs I think his name is, waiting only for me to leave, but as much as I want to stay, oh, I got a Laggy mantle, just to make up for my stress. But yeah, I think we did well. And I have done a long recording. I think I've made up for all the downtime in this recording, at the very least, through doing a longer recording, which is good. And with that, I think I'm going to call it a live stream. A complete live stream. I do thank you all for watching. This has been part 41, a rather funny part 41 for Doomlink's live hunts. Had a few hiccups here and there. But overall, decent recording, I suppose. I'm going to leave if I can. Quit game, there we go. But yeah, I thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. I will next recording be doing Generations Ultimate, and therefore I will be doing Joke Weapon Roulette, as I said that I would next time I would play Generations Ultimate, so that will be happening, probably later on this week. That will probably, if I can manage it. Actually, then again... yeah, it'll be later on this week. Maybe Saturday or Sunday, something like that. Again, if you're in the US, or pretty much anywhere other than Australia, move that back a day. But, yeah, that's about all I have to say. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.